back with D&D with the guys, and today we're gonna be going further into the Elven Crypt.
I've accidentally seen this map.
Right.
The entire
yeah.
map? Wow.
Yeah.
You accidentally
You know
saw
where all the
what?
traps are?
I didn't note any details. I just saw the.
Wait, you looked at my map?
Nah, man, I was watching your
Which
stream.
doors
You
should
Oh,
I
yeah.
look at?
Yeah,
Tell
you
me.
guys, if I see you guys watching my stream, I'm kicking you. Because then you're gonna see all the stuff that I got ready.
I do
Oh.
kind of want to see the stream.
Alright, so the last time we stopped, we had found the cursed sword in this little room that you guys are currently in.
And we shoved it onto Adeline.
Yeah, Adeline has it
Oh,
in
yeah.
his possession. When you picked up the sword, though, two skeletons rose from the grave out of nowhere. So, you figured that the sword is probably cursed in some way, but after Drag put down the sword and Adeline picked it back up, no additional skeletons were. So, you don't know exactly what's going on with it, but you do remember the dwarvish script that read the sword is cursed, and have a pretty good idea that this may be the. As for that, you've killed a couple cultists and a specter on the way to where you're at now, and you know that they've got a fairly large shipment of their potions, but you're not exactly sure where they came from. And from there, that's where we'll take it off. So, what do you guys do?
I guess I'm checking out the store over here.
You guys have. Oh wait, yeah, that door. There is nothing
Yeah.
out of the ordinary with that door.
But the other one was dripping, right?
Gotta find my thing. Where's my? Oh, I didn't have my thing open, so I can.
That's fine. I'll just show that door because it was at the end of the hallway. But yes, you are correct, Bill. That you guys did hear a sloshing, watery noise north side of the street.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
So as you
Dip
get
the
closer, as you get closer to that door, you hear the sloshing noise coming from the other side of.
Okay. This door that I'm at?
No, the door.
No, the other door.
Yeah. Skeletons.
Okay, I got you. I was busy, moving. Alright, then I will check this door out. Perception.
Okay. Oh, it cuts out. That's an.
Yeah, that happens.
All right,
Yeah.
so you're looking at the door, and as you are looking, you're moving your hand across it, checking for traps. You don't find any. Go for the handle to see if it's unlocked, and you're able to move the handle all the way down, but as you try to open it, it's stuck.
Like, as if something's, behind it?
No, as if it's just really old and sort of, been barred on the other side.
Well, that's a job for Dravorkin.
Hey.
Resident Messelhead.
Alright, so, Dravorkin,
What up?
are you gonna help with the door, or?
I might.
It's up to you. You guys have encountered a stuck door before.
Alright.
Took my rage out on one as well.
That's true.
Strength
True.
check, right?
Yeah, strength check.
I believe I lost a bit of health trying to open a dumbwaiter.
Yeah,
Right.
you almost
God, that
broke
was
your
embarrassing.
back. Alright, so let's see. Strength check succeeds, so you're able to smash open that door.
Hope there's
It's
no one
child's
behind
play
that
to you.
door. Bet you there is.
Alright, so as Dravorkin smashes open this door, come to. Why can't I? There we go. Technical. And inside, see
Knew
A
it.
dude!
a humanoid figure. As you walk in, Alma leads the way. She walks in, and you guys can all see that there is a hooded figure tied to a post. He's bleeding through his clothes, and he's taking very abnormal deep breaths as if he's having trouble breathing. You don't know exactly what he is because his face is covered, but you definitely can see that the man is not having a good time.
It looks like he's dying.
So who wants to go check on him?
I go to check on him.
Yeah.
Good luck.
All right, so what exactly do you check?
We'll cheer you on from back here.
Well, he seems to be breathing, sort of. I'm going to remove the thing that's obscuring my view of his face.
All right, so you reach around, you untie the rope that's around his neck, and you're able to take off his hood. And before you see a wizard that looks to be of Elven descent, probably a high elf.
Oh shit, is this Dirty Dan?
It is Dirty Dan, so Dan, Dan, you can go ahead and start talking to him.
Metagaming. Sorry, I apologize. It happens, man.
So you remove the sack from his head, and yeah, a high elf wizard stands, or well, sort of. He's kneeling. He's on his knees, but he's tied to this post. Still bleeding.
Well, I would talk to him before healing him. What if he attacks us?
Hi. I see you're tied up there. Is there anything we can do to help you out? Yes, of course. Sounds like you would like to not be tied up. I see.
Alma comes over. He's got a gag in his mouth. Take it out so he can understand us. And she reaches with her knife and cuts off the strands of leather that are in his. That way he can
understand him just fine.
Oh my gosh, finally, I could talk. It's been a minute. Excuse me.
What are you doing here, dude?
Kind of tied to a post right now. What do you think? Yeah, can you let me out real quick? Nice.
Well, why
Sure.
would we do that?
Wait,
I
who's to say
immediately
you're not gonna
untie him.
attack us as soon as we... Oh my gosh, this part is done. Why did we bring him along?
Hey, it's
Okay,
for Drake.
if you really want to know why I'm down here, it's because I was captured. I was on the east coast of Saishi's the fortress. And I was trying to find my master, and I got caught by the cultist. And now I was making potions for them out of and now I'm kind of stuck here. You know.
You were
Wait,
making
so you
potions.
know what these potions are? Hold up.
Not really. They just told me to make it. That's about all I could tell you. I just know a little bit. Like, I really can't explain it. All I know is like they're trying to use these potions to amass an army and everything. And I kind of figured out their plan. And
As you say that, the door to your bottom right opens up, and in comes another robed figure, but he's not wearing the same crimson robes as cultists normally do. And he is, but you can definitely tell he is a human, and he also looks to be the magical sort.
I extend my mage hand
ready
to,
my bow.
to shake his hand.
Hello there. Hold on. You don't seem to be the cultist. I'm just trying to get out of here. Don't mind me. I'm about to exit out this passage. I'm not with them anymore. So don't put down the bow. Put it down.
Still keeping my bow up.
Okay.
Fuck this apple.
So, who are you, by the way? You don't seem to be cultists.
Did we decide on a name?
I don't think you guys did. I think you
We're just,
put in
we
some
just work
suggestions,
for
then you were
people.
like, cool.
Let's see.
We just do
Alma
just
comes
too
up to you, Jeffrey, and she says, I am Alma. I am not a part of this group, but I am definitely leading them to find my sister Alanis. For some reason, has decided that this cult is the best way for her to exact her revenge on Siege Crimson. Other than that, these travelers are together for who knows what reason, but they were kind enough to join me.
You mean you joined
Who?
us?
Rip.
No need for details. Let's not bore him.
Semantics.
Who are
Well,
you?
a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Jeff.
Who the fuck are you?
My name
Wait, is
Jeff.
your name is your character name actually Jeff?
My name is Jeff. It actually is.
It actually is.
I guess he's human. Okay.
So
It's
I was
Jeff.
Okay, so you're looking for your sister, right?
I am. She
I-
looks exactly like me, but she isn't as smart
Nice.
or beautiful or charismatic as I am.
Understood.
I haven't seen
As
her
she
around
says
here.
that, she looks at Dravorkin and winks at him.
I do this like little grunt, like
Like, yeah,
like I'm agreeing with her.
yeah.
That's right.
Well, good to know.
I'm throwing up.
Regardless, I haven't seen her around here. I was just on my way out. I got caught up with this group a few days ago. They attacked me in the road, and I killed 2 of their minions, and they saw I was using magic, so they strangely stopped attacking me and asked me if I could help them transcribe or look at some of these ancient walls and text to figure out something. I haven't really been able to figure much out. I need more time, but I've noticed lately that they've been acting shadier and shadier, and I felt some necromancy magic, and I didn't really agree with that. It doesn't really make me feel that safe. So I was gonna head on out of here.
Tell me,
Did you
are
write
you a
down
part?
any of these findings?
Yes. What have you found exactly? What kind of necromancy? Are you casting these spells? As she
No, it's
says
just
that,
my
she
sense.
draws her short sword a little bit out of its scabbard, just in case.
No, I sensed it coming from at the upper levels where you guys actually came from. So you would know more than I did. I just have a sense for this kind of thing.
Huh. Interesting. Lannis, what are you getting yourself into? As she says that, she kind of goes off into the corner by herself to sort of think about what her next move is going to be.
So you killed some goblins, you said?
They attacked me on the road, and I killed their minions, and then they
Some
saw I was magical, and they wanted to hire me instead.
How was their blood? Did it taste pretty good, or
No, I just killed one of their cultists.
Are the only person that tastes blood.
you didn't get any
So,
of it or anything?
Did we just totally forget about the guy who's tied
Yeah,
up?
hey, I'm still tied up here, guys. Can we?
Oh yeah, I saw them bring him in. I'm
I
glad
used
you're
to
okay.
expert
Tie it
great
over here.
untying skills to untie him.
As you try to figure out what the hell kind of knot this is, you get frustrated and you take out your sword and chop it off instead. You succeed.
Yeah.
Well, not to
What if
interject
he
too much,
hadn't? What if he
but I
cut his
found
hand
this
off?
magical tome earlier. I think it might be yours. As a token
yeah.
of my goodwill, maybe you'll let me buy if I give you this.
Is that my stuff? Did you find my stuff really?
Yes, I did. I was
Oh
over
my
here
gosh.
earlier through the passageway. I found it. So
Oh my
it looks
gosh,
like
yes.
yours.
Yes, thank you. That is my spell book. That is all my stuff I need. Most gracious to you, sir. Most undoubtedly, I am in your debt.
Elves.
As you are speaking all of these, you're walking, and every time you take a step, more and more blood pours out of your torso because
Yeah,
you have yet to be healed.
You know what?
Can somebody heal me real quick? That'd be nice.
You've
Mm,
lost
Nice.
2 HP.
I don't think this is a good idea, guys.
There you go.
Oh, well,
You've
never mind.
gained 8 HP,
Oh,
and
listen to the tiefling. Cool.
and it has also sealed all your wounds. So now you're pretty stable.
Nice. Okay, look, I am not with the cultist. I came out here forcefully. Okay, I was down here
Forcefully.
forcefully. Yes, yes.
As
Look,
he
you
says
were
that,
dragged.
Alma steps over and she says, "I do not think that if he were to voluntarily give his work to the cultists, that he would be mauled, gagged, and eaten to half to death. Otherwise, I believe that we can, in good faith, trust him, as well as Hif."
Yep.
You guys can trust him, but I'll be off over here. I don't care.
Okay.
So it's kind
I
of
did
like
put down my bow though.
it's kind of like there's this guy in our village. His name is Tony Stark, and he got captured, and he was forced to make weapons until he figured out a way to get himself out. You were creating weapons for the cultists.
Yes, they had my spell book. I am kind of useless without my spell book. I'm kind of weak without that.
So you need us to hold your hand too.
Yeah, pretty much. No. Look, they took me while I was in a trance. Okay, after I fought this mob off on the East Coast, they took advantage of it while I was recovering, and then they shipped me over here. Okay.
So is
Now,
your
while
spell-
I was here, they told me to make this potion. The only thing I can tell you about this potion that it was kind of silverish and gray and had a really it had a really bad smell to it as well. That's the only thing I could tell you really about the potion.
Back the soul.
Does anyone else hear that?
Yeah,
I go out of my
yeah,
way to not give back the sword.
Yeah.
Give
I take the
back
sword
the
from
sword. And as you are all talking, a shadow appears out of Adeline's shadow, catching him off guard.
Oh,
As if the sword has awoken this creature from its slumber. Everybody roll initiative.
It's her favorite thing.
Wow, that was awful.
Where is my
So if you
initiative?
click on your token, Jeffrey, in the top left,
Yep.
there's an initiative button that you'll press.
Click.
Beautiful. I'll roll for Bill.
Yay.
All right, so
Okay.
Kif gets to go first. Oh, well,
Yeah.
hold on. Where's all?
Doesn't not have. Who is it? Doesn't. Okay, so everyone has weapons and stuff.
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
gotten their
Yeah.
weapons and stuff back. So,
Okay.
and Adeline goes last, which is fine. So,
Which is perfect, actually.
Kif, you go first.
Well, Dravorkin goes last.
So what's the square? How long of a distance?
So the square is
like each-
5 feet. And there,
5 feet.
if you look in the top left, those toolbars, there's something that looks like a comb. It's actually a ruler.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can click on your character and see that the shadow is 25 feet away from you.
Okay, so people in front of me, I can't cast through them, right?
You
Okay.
can, but if you get a critical miss, damn Skippy, it's gonna hit him.
Okay.
Damn, Skippy.
Now the thing that's different from this game from the other edition is you can do a movement action and then a normal action as well. So you can move like 20 feet, cast a spell, and then move 10 feet. So you can do it in any order. So you're able
One more
to
time?
move. You're able to move and do an action every turn.
Okay.
So you can,
how
and you
many-
can. Your speed is 30 feet, so you'd be able to move 30 feet in the room, and then after that you can't move anymore, but you can still take an additional.
Okay. And if I don't move, I still only have one action.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can also, so there's other actions you can also take instead of like an attack. They're in the player's handbook, but it'd be something like you can take the dodge action, which gives you advantage on if somebody attacks you. You can also do there's an advanced sort of thing where you make a trigger. So like, let's say if the shadow gets close to me within 10 feet, I want to cast this spell at him. So you could do that. So the character would stand there and be ready to cast the spell, and if I make the shadow do exactly what you want it to do, then you would cast the spell in reaction.
Okay.
But the basics are move, attack, or use one of your spells or something like that. You've got the disengage action, which makes it to where you don't provoke attacks of opportunity from leaving somebody's attack range. And then the dodge, which gives you advantage on saving throws and disadvantage to their attacks for the turn. But I would probably, there you go. So you're attacking?
No, I clicked the wrong thing. I'm just trying to look at the effects and see if I'm in range to use it or not.
Pretty sure all of your spells are within 30. As of
Okay.
right now, he is. But I would probably move over to this left side of the room so you don't accidentally hit people. You could still hit people if I deem it.
Okay. And here to here is 25.
Yep.
So I could do that. Okay.
If it's diagonal, don't we like double it?
No, I've
Or do we not
already
do that?
I've already made the ruler show us what the proper
What it is,
footage
okay.
is.
So I don't want to metagame too much, but are we for sure attacking, or we just see the spirit pop out the sword? Don't know what the hell's going on. Okay.
It's up to
You
him.
see a spirit pop out from Adeline's shadow, and as it pops out, it says, "Give back the sword," and it reaches out to attack him.
Okay. Is it humanoid?
You would have to use your action for an investigation.
And then I can do anything else.
Wouldn't be able to like do an attack or anything. So
Okay. I'll use a spell. Need to see what it does first.
Seems good.
A little over the top.
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, I'll just
remember, your level 1 spells, you can only cast 4 of them a day, so I probably wouldn't like use all your resources on one enemy when you guys have like 7 people fighting them.
What's the cantrip?
The cantrip you can cast multiple times a day. It's something that you've used so many times in your lifetime that you don't have to spend too much energy or anything or thought in order to cast it. So I would stick to using your cantrips and your weapons.
Okay. Then I cast Ray of Frost on the Spectre.
Right, so Ray Frost, it will deal 3 cold damage. As you extend your palm to shoot out this frost beam, it looks as if only figments of your frost beam are actually hitting the shadow. The rest of it are going through it transparently. And it doesn't seem to bother the shadow all too much.
Okay. Then my turn's done then, right?
Yep. Now it's the shadow's turn. The shadow is going to
Help me.
So are these like voice clips that you have
I've
prepared?
already done that one.
No, that was
I
me.
think that was just him doing that. Yeah.
Oh, that was weird. Interesting.
It was
So-
sadness
I mean, we already
coming
have
out
the
as
help me
words.
story.
The shadow reaches out its hands to Adeline's, and he's able to put his fingers through your plate mail. As he does that, he says, "Give back the sword."
Maybe we should give him the sword back, guys.
So as he does that, you can feel a tightening in your chest. What feels like his fingers are meticulously looking through your insides. As he does that, he squeezes, and you take 9 necrotic damage.
Oh,
Jesus. Alright.
Now,
-9.
roll a d4 for me, Bill.
Alrighty.
And I'll take care. Oh, you already did it.
Fuck.
All right, so as that happens, you feel your strength start to sap, so you've temporarily lost 1 strength.
Okay. I don't know how to denote that, so I'll just.
We'll just take. So your strength is now a 15 instead of a 6 character. But it's only temporary, so we'll just remember once you heal it up, if you find out how, to give that back. That is the Shadow's turn, so now it's Alma's turn. Alma is going to move right here, and she's going to take out her crossbow and try to shoot it. So she shoots with her hand crossbow, and she will end up hitting it. But as she shoots, you can all see this happen. She shoots the arrow, and it goes towards the shadow. It impales the shadow for a brief second, and then the shadow sort of shrugs and becomes transparent for just a moment as the arrow completely flies through him and hits the wall. So he not take a full 5 damage. Alright, next is Noshan. Is that how we want to say it, Dan?
Yeah, that's good. I
Don?
like anything that. Yeah. Let's see. Where can I move? Actually, yeah. I'm gonna move over. I shall move over here, and then I'm going to cast True Strike. That's how do I do that? Doop.
That's a cantrip, isn't it?
It is.
Cool. That's the one that tells you how to kill things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Useful.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It is very useful. Especially because the cool thing about having a whole new group is that you guys haven't seen it before. So you got to kind of figure out, alright, what kind of... And I don't want anyone to feel like I'm throwing these monsters that can't be defeated. Everything can be defeated. Let you guys die so early.
Okay, so how do I roll for this?
Alright, so it's a concentration spell. So you extend your hand and point a finger at your target in range. So you don't have to. So all you have to do is cast it.
Just cast it. Alright,
Yeah.
sweet. So I just gotta.
Yeah. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target, provided that this spell hasn't ended. So what that means is on your next turn, you'll be able to use this True Strike advantage unless you get hit before you're able to cast or attack with it.
Yeah, I got you.
So pretty much right now, you've moved, you've used your thing, and now you're kind of just gonna, now you just wait.
I'm chilling.
Next is Zanara.
Okay, so I just want to, I guess, either my investigation or my perception to see if I see any way to defeat it, because my next thing was going to be use my crossbow.
Okay.
So
I would do a... Let's see. I don't think investigation or perception works. I would do an Arcana check.
Arcana? Cool.
As you can see that this creature is kind of...
Jesus.
Alright, so you're looking at the shadow, and you can see that it doesn't have any flesh or bones, but it fades in and out of existence for very brief moments. Other than that, you've noticed that so far, physical and cold have not really affected it to its full, like, I guess, damage potential.
Okay. So basically, it doesn't seem to have a physical form, and cold doesn't work, and physical attacks don't work. Cool. Somebody try fire.
I mean, you can still shoot it. It did do damage.
Can I?
Yeah, it did do damage. It just didn't take the full 5.
Okay. Do I still have a turn? I didn't take
Well,
an
no.
action?
That would be your action, your Arcana. But I'm
I
just
was
letting
like-
you know. The future.
Oh, okay, I was like,
You can still shoot it. If you want to move, you can. But I am wanting to
I'm
sit in
good
the
here.
corner.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm good in this corner here.
All right, for Drag, your turn.
Gonna go there. And I'm going to do my breath attack.
Awesome.
Which I don't remember where the thing is to roll it.
So it should be. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
you
yeah.
just roll.
It is.
So it's a. Oh yeah, you. So you
2d6.
you don't. Yeah, that's the damage. But I got to do a saving throw for the creature. It is DC for saving throws is 8 plus Constitution modifier, which you're 9 plus your proficiency 11. And that is Constitution. Which this one did not succeed, so you can deal the damage. 2d4 and it's 4 damage.
It's 2d6.
I thought it was 2-6.
I did roll 2d6. I just rolled.
Oh,
garbage,
gotcha. Alright, so it's 4.
as usual.
And your breath weapon, which you chose blue lightning.
Lightning. Yes.
So you cock your head back and sort of take in a breath of air, and as you're about to exhale, you look like fucking Godzilla as white lightning starts to crackle from your mouth, and you exhale, shooting a beam of lightning straight line. As you shoot this beam of lightning, the shadow doesn't seem to really care and sort of just glances over at you, and then as it fades back in, or it fades into existence, taking a brief bit of damage from your thunder before fading out of existence. On the other side of the room, though, you notice that your lightning seems to have struck something else, and after it strikes it, another shadow is appeared.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
me.
motherfucker.
AoE damage?
Yeah, so they both take that damage. Not all of it, though.
Oops.
All right, next is Adeline.
Well, I'm just gonna attack it with my glaive.
All right, so that will
And-
hit.
I'm gonna use Divine Smite again on this thing too.
Divine Smite takes your spell slots, right?
Yeah, so
That'll be your second one today.
yep.
All right, so go ahead and paint me a story. You're gonna kill it.
Oh, I didn't even roll for the damage.
You don't need
But okay.
to.
Oh
It's-
shit.
Dead. You're using holy damage against something that's obviously not holy.
Yeah, well, that's kind of why I decided to use that. So
Sure, glad we have a paladin.
mortified by the fact that this thing just raped my insides with its hand, I step back and slide my glaive right up through its body, and it turns from the ethereal into physical, and it just gets ripped apart.
Okay. So as your
Nice.
glaive is coming up, the end of the glaive starts to shine with radiant divine light. As it's shining up, the shadow takes its hands from your chest and starts to wail and scream, and kind of horrifying actually, but as you finish your slice, it explodes into dark matter that everyone can see, and it looks sort of like glitter, and then it slowly fades into nothingness.
Immensely
Oh, no
satisfying.
loot.
So it disappears?
Yeah.
Is what you're saying? Damn
Yeah,
it.
it
Satisfying for you who
died.
doesn't loot bodies.
As that
I'm gonna
happens,
move.
you gained your strength back for the creature has died.
E. And then I'm gonna move, and that'll be it.
As you say that, or as you do that, you hear it's fallen. Another
Well,
shadow pops out. The
Oh
sword
God.
will be ours.
I don't have any more radiant damage yet, so
All right, now it's Dravorkin's turn.
Well, I'm gonna.
This part of the song is great. What else?
I'm
Ooh,
gonna
this
move
one's
here.
Wait, what did you just?
I think he was rolling for the damage,
I just wanted to
but
see the damage.
yeah, so
I can't
that's
move right there.
that's a total of 24 damage, and it's all radiant. That would have killed.
All right, so I think it's too far.
There's a second shadow to your right by Alma.
Oh,
Oh,
I guess
protect
let
your
me go.
girl.
Yeah, gotta go impress.
Got stuff you gotta do.
I attack.
All
with
right.
my great squad.
That's gonna hit. As you swing, your sword starts to go through its body, and it's transparent. Once you hit about midway through its body, it becomes physical again. So you see that you've slashed a little bit of it away, but it was only half effective.
All right. Cool.
All right, and with that, everybody roll initiative.
Oh, whoops.
Oh my god.
Holy crap.
Such bad.
And then everyone gets decent.
Hey, that's not bad. You got 4 people going before the shadows, so Dravorkin, you're first.
Pretty good.
Oh, I'm first again. Oh,
Yeah.
not again. But...
Well, not
Let
again.
them
but-
laugh
Rolling high
first.
doesn't matter if everyone else rolls higher.
All right. Well, I'm going to attack.
Okay, so that's gonna hit it, and it pretty much
Damn.
does the exact same thing as last time. So you're slashing through it. Half of the time it's transparent and doesn't feel to be on this plane of existence. The other half, it comes back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Mom spaghetti.
All right. Anything else you want to do, or like move or anything, or are you done?
I will. I'll stay right here.
Hey, Anara.
All right, I'm gonna shoot this one.
Okay.
And damn. Compared to you guys, like, damn.
All right, so you shoot it, and the exact same thing happens, just as when Alma does it. But you shoot at an angle to where the arrow, as it pierces through the shadow, when it fades back into existence, the arrow stops suddenly for a moment. Afterwards, it fades out of existence, and the arrow shoots and hits right near the door that you guys entered. Seems to be about half.
Cool.
Okay, next is Jeff.
Jeff. So, I'm gonna use this one spell, and
Which
I'm gonna try to
spell?
use Firebolt.
Want to use Firebolt?
Yep.
All right, so
Move over here and Firebolt on the Spectre, or the
I
closest
didn't
one to
mean
me.
to do that. Sorry.
the one closest to you. Okay, so go ahead and fire.
Oh yeah, I need to actually do that.
Shocking grasp.
Oh, I thought I clicked Firebolt. Oh,
Huh. Oh, whoops. You know what?
I guess
I did that. That was
Ye-
my bad. Hold
Okay.
on. So what we'll do? Let me go back to the character sheet. Don't touch your character sheet for a second.
Yep.
If you want, we can also use that roll I just got you. The 27, which means it crits. If
Sure.
you want, yeah, we don't have to.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. All right, so that should fix your macro. Click off of your token though, and then back on it before you try to use it.
Okay.
And then go ahead. All right, perfect. My bad.
That's
All right,
okay.
so you can paint me a picture. It's not gonna kill it, but paint me a picture of how you cast this. It's gonna be an above average firebolt because it crits. So it's gonna be like a pretty neat blaze. You can change the color of the fire if you want.
Okay. So I slap my hands together, make a fist, and this blue, purple, orange flame starts to swirl around, and I just chuck it at the specter, and it erupts in a medium-sized explosion.
Okay, so as you do that, as the ball of fire moves towards the specter, it fades out of existence. Once the ball is like about where its chest would be, it fades back into existence and explodes. But it's just as if your cold damage, the way that hit the first one, this one kind of shrugs it off and does about half effect. But you still dealt not 15 damage, but a good amount.
Okay.
All right, that was a good roll.
Thank you,
next,
by the way.
Yeah, I got you. All right, next,
Complimenting himself there. Yeah.
Nashan.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and not be next to this specter at all. I'm gonna move.
As
right
you
here.
move, he sees you trying to move away, and he extends his arm and grasps you by the shoulder. You feel the tingling inside of your shoulder as if it is within the flesh itself before it finally
Opportunity
grabs
attack.
you. It's an opportunity.
Mhm.
So he does the exact same thing. It feels as if what happened to Adeline. So he drains you of your life, dealing 5 damage.
That shit hurts, man.
You're at 13, and then roll a d4.
Yep.
All right, so your strength has been diminished by 1. You're at 14 strength instead of 15.
Okay.
But after that, you can continue your movement.
Okay. I'm gonna go here, and then I'm going to cast Firebolt as well.
All right.
And
All right, so that's gonna hit, and it does pretty much the same thing. It's not as colorful, but it seems to be about half effective. So.
okay.
Next is the Shadow's turn.
It's actually my turn. My thing didn't get in the thing. I rolled 17.
Oh, did you?
Yes, but I didn't have the token clicked, so therefore.
Oh, that's why. Okay, cool. All right, so go ahead. Just re-roll from your token real fast, so we can get. And all right,
Rip.
go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna move here,
Know any worship songs?
and I'm going to.
Praise be unto him.
I'm going to ready myself and attack when it attacks. When it attempts an attack on something.
Okay. You'll do the ready action. All right. So,
Hey, yo.
you move over and get your sword ready. The shadow doesn't seem to care that you have moved behind it because it's looking straight at Dravorkin. And as he does that, he reaches out his arms and grabs him by the shoulders. But before he can do that, you attack.
Long sword.
And you
Jesus.
miss. As you go to attack, you bring your sword down, and as it fades out of existence, your sword goes through it, and not calculating the fact that you are splitting air in half, you put too much power behind it before you hit the ground, and your sword is knocked out of your hands and falls to the side of the map. So,
My life is sadness.
right in that X is where your sword lies right All right. Anyway, the shadow grabs Dvorkin by the shoulders, and as it grabs you, you can feel the tingling sensation in your shoulders before it finally grasps you with everything that it has. And as it grasps, it pulls in close to your face and says, "Curse will not be lifted today." Dealing 8 damage.
Me? What?
Oh. Roll a D4. Alright, and your strength is reduced by 1. So you're at 18. I changed it for you. The next shadow is going to
Trigger my opportunity attack. If it comes into my range. Never
well,
mind.
it's already
You moved it down.
it starts to float and then it goes into the wall. It floats out of the door where you can't see it.
That's suspicious as hell.
Next is Adeline's turn.
Well, I don't want the stupid thing to get away. But I only have 1 spell slot left. Fuck it. I'm gonna go attack it with my radiant damage, divine smite. Do hickey
Okay.
bubber.
As you open, well, yeah, the door is still open, so you were able to see it. But it's
Right.
got its arms pointed at the skeleton, and you can see sort of like it looks like a ribbon of dark energy that's headed towards the skeleton.
Oh, this fucker.
Yeah, no, I'll be interrupting that shit.
Alright, so that will hit.
And I'm gonna use my last spell slot for divine smite.
Alright, that's gonna kill it for sure. Unless you roll trip ones.
Garbage.
You roll triple one. Nope, okay.
And
So
I'm gonna go eat. So
alright, yeah, you do that. So you kill it, you pretty much do the same thing. As you slice through it, right before your glaive makes contact with it, it bursts into radiant light and starts to slice it like a knife through butter. And it lets out a wail of pain as it explodes into that glittery looking substance that fades into nothingness after a short few seconds. Next is Alma. Well, Alma, yeah, Almond. Alma turns around and with her short sword will attack Splinter. And she does the exact same thing as for Drake and doesn't calculate that she's slicing through air. Hits the ground and her sword flies the other X mark. Next, we will do initiatives again.
I shall click my token. I shall click initiative. And I was punished for it.
It happens. You need to use the bathroom
lot.
towel. Is that what it is? Alright, so first is going to be Jiff.
Yeah. So, how far away is? Can I touch him from here?
With which spell?
Like with my hands? Okay, I'd be like right there.
Alright, hold on. Where were you? Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I thought you meant where your character was. I was like, no,
No,
you are
no,
not
no,
Mr.
no.
Fantastic.
So I move here, and then what's that spell called? It's Shocking Grasp.
Yeah.
I cast that on him.
Alright, so that is going to hit him. And so you reach out your hand and grab him when he fades into existence, and a lightning bolt sort of goes from your hand, and you can see as the lightning sort of trickles around his whatever type of body think he has. But he sort of shrugs it off like he has all the previous magical attacks that you. So it was about half effective.
Okay.
Next is Onara.
And I just do what I'm used to and shoot him with the crossbow.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Oh shit.
The shocking grasp. If on hit, if the target takes 1d8 lightning damage and it can't take reactions, it'll. Yeah, there's more to. I thought there's more to the effect. Like if you look at the spell.
Oh, it can't take reactions?
Yeah. So it can't take reactions until the start of its next.
Yeah, just one. Does that go through or no?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
He doesn't have any reactions of right now, though. All right, so you ready your crossbow and you let loose, but it faded out of existence the whole time the arrow flew, and it hits right next to Adeline in the wall.
Awesome.
Next is Dravorkin.
Oh god.
Alright. Well, I guess I'm gonna attack this guy.
All right.
Great swap.
All right, there you go. All right, so that's going to hit, and it will destroy him. Go ahead and paint me a picture.
Alright. After feeling all weirded out by this guy, because he touched
Was
me.
inside of you?
He touched me in a way that no one else has ever touched me. I get all freaked out and like I just swing at him and he just fucking it gets through half of his body and then like he comes back to physical form and he gets stuck and I just kind of pull it out.
Okay.
And then he just drops.
So as you do that, he reaches out his hand, and with his final breath, he says, "We are many," and then he explodes. And he does the exact same sort of glitter effect, but this time they hit in certain locations around the room, and you see the earth start to rumble in these locations as bones start to protrude from the crypt.
Jesus Christ.
And so now many skeletons have emerged from the ground, and they all sort of sit there and they're just clattering. They're all wielding short swords, and a couple of them have short bows. But with that, it is now Nishan's turn.
Poor Nishan.
Yeah.
Pick a target, any target.
About how tall are these ceilings?
30 feet.
Alright.
Enough for you to jump.
Okay.
And just Jeff and Dan, the X's over the tokens mean it's dead. Just, I'm not saying y'all are idiots, but I just want to make sure that you don't try to attack something that's dead.
Right. Well, I'm kind of boned at the moment, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast my magic missile.
All right.
Targeting. How do I make the little pings?
So you click and hold the mouse, and it should pop up in a brown color. So wherever your mouse cursor is, click and hold, and you should get that.
No.
Or you can just do if you.
Oh,
it's because you're on the ruler.
You have your ruler on.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Put the mouse on.
So yeah, I'm gonna go this guy, this right next to me, and let's go with this guy right here.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, that's not what. Like exactly how it worked. Each dart hits a creature. Oh, okay, so I accidentally rolled your damage. So just click on the magic missile name, and that'll cast it with the damage.
Still at level 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. And then what you'll do, so whenever you cast one of your first or second level spells, if you're looking on where all your, you're going to see at the top of your first level spells, you're going to see slots total and slots remaining.
Yeah,
Slots
bump that down.
remaining. Yeah, bump it down to 3. I did it
Yeah, I
for
got
you,
you.
but all right.
Yeah.
So it's gonna deal 12 damage to the 2 that are closest to you. And what was the other one?
That guy.
Okay. So let's see. So as you can paint me a picture. You kill all 3 of them.
Well,
Really? Wow.
Does.
I look around and I see these bones pop up out of nowhere. I'm like, all right, guys, let's get this going. So I lift my hand up in the air. This light blue sphere just comes out of nowhere. These orbs start trickling into it, and then I smash my hand down in front of me, and these 3 like light blue like orbs split off and hit all 3 skeletons, and they all crumble to the ground in front of me. And then I just dust my shoulders off. I'm like, let's go. Who's
All right.
next?
Beautiful. All right. Next is Alma. Alma is going to take her short sword. Or no, she dropped that. She's gonna take out her crossbow and she's gonna shoot the skeleton that's right next. Fires. That's gonna hit. But it shoots straight through the ribs, bouncing off inside, but not destroying. Cracked a couple of the ribs, but not enough to destroy it. All right, next is...
Was it that one?
Yeah, this one right here.
Okay.
Next is Adeline. Not here, I'll do for him. So he's gonna walk up right here. Gonna use his glaive, slice that dude, and deal 4 slashing damage. So as he brings down his glaive on this skeleton, he's going for the torso, and he hits it, and he's able to knock off a couple ribs, but the skeleton is still standing there with its jaw sort of just hanging low. As if it looks like it's shocked, but you're not sure if it has the muscles to actually control its jaw. And next is for Drake.
I moved to a place. I used my dragon breath.
Alright.
A place.
Dragon breath. Times can
And this. I don't know if it
Yeah.
actually
After
has
you
a
use your
limit.
breath weapon, you can't use it again until you complete a long or short rest. So you can't.
Long or short? Oh, let me think. Let me look at my spells.
High Splenor.
What do I have?
I think he's got to use the bathroom. So that
I have
is.
an idea.
Just-
I'm going to take out my dagger.
Alright.
And I'm going to poke at it, apparently.
Poke.
Well, I mean, you can move over to your sword and pick it up. That'd be your action, but
I guess I do that. Can I pick it up from here?
yes.
I pick it up from here.
Pick up your sword. Almost here. Alright, cool. Everybody roll for initiative.
Yeah. I click my token. I click the initiative.
My initiatives have been pretty good lately. I'm kind of scared.
Oh. That's 7.
Ain't bad. Times you get low rolls, Jeff. It just happens.
Oh.
Alright, Anara, you're first.
So, I guess I'll just attack this one.
Alright. 11. That will miss.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So you shoot and it misses the skeleton, hitting the wall on the other side. Gorkin?
Nora's just not having luck today.
Alright, so I'm gonna hit this fella right here.
Alright.
I'm gonna hit him with my great sword.
That it misses.
Oh no.
Great swad.
Alright. Next is the skeleton. So skeleton right next to Dravorkin is going to attack Dravorkin with his short sword. So he rolled an 18. Deals 3 damage. So he turns to you with his bones rattling as he slides down his sword, and it almost feels as if he just gave you a paper cut. You're mildly annoyed.
So have y'all ever watched Con Air?
Yes.
Nope.
Okay,
no idea
you know
what that is.
how Nick Cage gets shot in the arm
Oh,
and
the
he just
movie.
keeps walking.
Yeah.
I've seen that clip, yeah.
All right. Next, this one right here is going to move over, and it's going to attack for Drake. And hits you for 6 damage.
Of course he does.
With his short sword. This one right here draws his short bow. Gonna shoot Anara, but he missed. So he hits the wall right next to you. This one is going to pull out his short sword and he's going to attack Yif. But he is. Oh no. He's going to hit you. 4 damage. So another paper cut. You're mildly annoyed because it ruined your favorite robes. This one over here is also going to draw his short bow. And he's going to shoot Alma. Which misses. And instead hits his buddy over here. Dealing 6 damage.
Awesome.
Wow.
Thanks, dude.
Alright. Next is Adeline, who's going to take his glaive to this guy again. Okay. For Drake. This is not how D&D was meant to be played. You also miss. Everybody's just... We gotta get the bad rolls out now, because if we roll like this with what I've got planned at the end of this crypt, y'all are dead.
Oh gosh.
Gosh.
We're fucked.
Next is Deshaun.
Alright, I'm going after this guy right here. Want to use a splash on him.
Acid Splash.
Mm,
Oh, hey,
Alright.
that's a spell.
that's cool.
So you cast Acid Splash, which I believe it's a glob, and you sort
It
of
is a
throw it
glob.
at him. So you throw the
Yeah.
glob at him, and it hits the skeleton. And you notice as the acid drips across his bones, he just sort of sits there, and he starts to cackle. You can tell that he's laughing at you, because the spell has no effect, and his mouth is going wild as it clatters. So nothing happens.
Wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
Immunity to acid? Wow.
That sucked. Oh god.
Next is Alma. Alma is going to attack with her short sword. Go grab it. Not actually attack with. That is Alma's turn. Now it is Hif.
Okay. How do I do that circle thing?
So with your, you gotta have the mouse clicker selected in the top left toolbox. Wherever your mouse cursor is, when you click and hold, it'll make the longer you hold it,
okay.
the longer it shows there. So if you just do it like real short, it'll go away.
Okay.
But yeah, you can either do that to show which target you're attacking, or use the ruler and just like end the ruler on the target. As long as I know which one you're going.
If I use
There's
a
also a
spell
dainty thing.
that, if I use a spell that targets each creature, is that gonna affect everyone else?
Yes. I think I know exactly what you're wanting to cast. And yeah, each creature, so that would be everybody.
Okay.
But
Then
you
how-
can choose, because you chose the evocation tree, right?
Yeah.
You can select 3 people that don't get affected by this.
Cool.
You can.
Yeah.
How's okay.
Because
I didn't read that part.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah, it's in the player's handbook. It's one of your talents that you got. It is. Hold on, I'll read it.
Spellcasting.
So if you go to the wizard class or arcane traditions and go to the school of evocation. It is that sculpt spells. Beginning at 2nd level, you create pockets of relative safety within effects of your spells. When you cast a spell that affects other creatures that you can see, you can choose a number of them equal to 1 plus the spell's level. So it'd be 2 people that you can choose. The chosen creatures automatically succeed on their saving throws against the spells and take no damage. So what you're going to end up doing is when you cast a spell, you can choose 2 people. I would probably choose Adeline and Dravorkin, because I don't... What's the spell range? 15?
15. To hit all of these guys, I'd have to move right here. To hit 4.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, you could move right
so
here. You move right here
Then I
where you won't hit Inara or Fredra.
Well, I
You'll
still
hit-
hit. Oh,
You'll
okay.
still hit all
Okay,
of
I'll
them.
still hit this person. Okay. And then I just need to cover.
Yeah, you'll just have to cover Dravorkin, Adeline, and Alma. But you choose which one you don't want to cover. I would suggest not covering Alma, because she's not part of your party like the long run. But you can you choose who you want to save, pretty much.
Okay, then I just won't save Alma then.
Okay.
And then I'll cast. Hold on. Where's my...
Casting Thunderwave, right?
Yeah, Thunderwave.
Oh, since it's a spell card, so roll a. Actually, let me see if Alma, if she did. It's a Constitution.
Oops.
So Alma fails, and all of the skeletons fail. So roll 2d8.
Okay, so I need to go.
Use that dice roller. Alright, so 8 plus 5, that's 13 damage to all of those. So Alma takes 13 damage, is forced 10. The skeleton over here is going to take the damage, and as you give him the damage, his corpse is plastered against the wall, and all of his bones sort of scatter and then fall into one. This skeleton does the exact same thing, hits the wall, and all his bones scatter within that 5 feet radius. The skeleton also does the exact same thing, and so does this skeleton. They all blow back, and with each one, as they start to be forced back, their bones just fly off into random direction.
Okay.
Leaving one skeleton alive. Next is initiatives.
Love how they came in and just made everything 20 times easier.
There's like what, just one skeleton left?
Yeah.
Yep.
So far, it's going first. Alright, so this skeleton is going to take its short bow and it's going to shoot at Adeline. And he's going to hit him 6 damage. After that, it is Jiff.
I will use. I'll use Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Mm-hmm.
That will. Adeline gonna walk over here and take his glaive and destroy this. So he swings down his glaive, and from his head all the way to his toes is able to smash every bone in his body to make bone dust, a material component for spells, maybe. Material component, maybe, for the future.
Did I hear?
Wait, say it again. Sorry, I wasn't
A
paying attention.
material component.
I legitimately wasn't paying attention.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear those words again. So, yeah.
The bone dust is now. Let's do this one. This one.
Are all of them bone dust?
You could take their bones and grind them into bone dust.
Hmm.
But other than that, only one of them has already been created into bone dust. So, let me go pee real quick and take my dog
Yeah, me
outside.
too.
So everyone take a quick 5-minute break. And we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Do I get my breath attack back?
So I guess I'll be taking a couple of bones.
I'm pretty sure. No, that's not a material. Nah, that's a material. That's not useful.
Are you having fun sounding like a sim?
I'm trying to decide what the most efficient way to prepare for casting heat metal is.
Heat metal?
Yes, because I need to have fire and a piece of iron out.
This thing stopped. What just happened? Oh, I can hear things again. Sort of. Cool. Ow.
Oh, what the hell? Interesting.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
And back to looking at my Magic the Gathering deck.
I'm back.
Awesome. Welcome back. I literally was just like, do I have Overwatch open? And I realized it was a stupid song. I was like, what the fuck?
It's just the regular song.
I literally for a moment though thought I had Overwatch on. I was like,
Where is... Where are my enchantment? Creature. Artifact. Enchantments? Those are board wipes. Enchantments? There we go.
So we gathered the bone dust. Did anyone gather it?
I don't know.
Kind of,
I was just
is
gonna
there a
gather a
scimitar
couple.
somewhere?
Scimitar?
Okay,
I guess.
I'm back.
Scimitar.
I guess I'm
Uh,
gathering the bone dust since I usually take everything. So yeah, I'm gonna.
well,
take
all
bone
of the
dust.
skeletons had rusty short swords, and they had these
Rusty
like
what?
short swords that are probably worse than that first short sword that Adeline had.
Okay. But I am gonna take that bone dust.
All right, yeah.
And I'll just put.
Is everybody back?
I'm back.
Yeah.
How much bone dust is it? Like,
Just
do I
put
produce
that you
now?
have 3 pouches.
Okay.
So after you kill all the skeletons, you sort of take a moment to look around at your surroundings, and it looks as if this was the room where Nishan was kept and forced to create those potions for the cult. As you see where Anara's standing, actually there, this whole little spot right here is a bench, a chemistry bench. So it's got vials and piping and all types of stuff, a little boiler, things that would be used to make potions. Other than that, up in the top left area where Nishan kind of is right now, you see a cage, and you sit and hay, and you can tell that this was his living quarters for quite some time.
Yeah, it wasn't a fun time, guys.
Oh, that's depressing.
Yeah,
Hey, sometimes you gotta shit in your cage, you know?
yeah.
What did you say was on the workbench again?
So there's like empty vials, like potion vials. There's piping and stuff that, like the little swirly piping, like a crazy straw. Except for it's made of glass. It's all used to create potions.
Okay. I'm good. So I guess we'll go back to what we were doing before, and I'll try to open this door.
Well,
Or I guess perception.
Well,
Be
on.
careful. Be careful
Yeah.
because that's the door that the cultists came through all the time. They didn't use this door right here, mainly because it was stuck. But you kind of fixed that problem. So
By
Also,
breaking it.
I was about to leave, but since you guys are here, I might be able to have you guys help me out. They had me researching this cistern up ahead, this font of water. I couldn't exactly figure out what it did over the course of the days I was here. I needed more time. But with you all here now, we can actually go investigate. I'm highly curious in what this thing is, and it might actually help you in your quest as well.
Alma approaches you and says, "Whatever will help my sister see the light of day. All I will help you. Whatever it
I'm honestly surprised she's not mad about being here.
By the way, your perception,
Anyway,
it's a normal looking door,
So,
It's a
but
what?
it's not stuck. Normal looking door and it's not stuck.
before we go, can I go look at these potions and take one, or like just investigate it?
Yeah, you can roll a perception check to see what you can take.
Or so, how do I do that? What?
So if you
dice
go
roll?
to your page, character
Yeah.
sheet, where your skills are, you're going to click on perception, right? And then it's going to do the roll.
Perfect.
Or could I do Arcana in this?
Yeah, you could definitely do
instance?
that.
Okay.
See if there's anything that's useful magically.
So I just click it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God
Oh
damn.
wow.
Incredible.
All right. So this is
Hey, we have
actually
a
this is actually perfect. So you're looking over the table, and you're mapping out like maybe the motions that Nishan would do in order to create the things that he had to create. As you're looking through all of the little cubbies and all of the drawers, and one of them sort of sets off your investigative skills. As you're looking at it, you start to press on it using more and more force, and then boom, a chest.
Interesting.
Secret,
And
a secret opening to the floor is revealed, and a chest lies within.
Man, I wish
That
I
is
knew
amazing.
that was there.
Can I percept this check? Make sure it's not booby trapped.
Yeah, go
That
for
would
it.
be awful.
Jeff, to find that chest, you needed a 25, so.
Oh, neat.
Well, shit.
Good job.
Can I do anything else? Or no? Is it? How many actions can we take in this? I don't know what this time is called right now.
Yeah, so this right now is adventure time. Come on, grab your friends. It's time to travel to distant lands.
Time.
Okay.
I'm just joking. Anyway, so you pretty much can do unlimited things. So if you wanted to be like, I want to check this, I want to check that, you know, as long as it's not like you're checking each individual tile, because that would get old and I would tell you to stop.
Someone did that.
Yes, Walter, our boy Walter, he checked every single fucking tile. He's like, I want to see if this tile is trapped. I want to see it, because I got him with one trap, and from there he didn't trust me, which is fine. Don't trust the DM when he makes a dungeon, but don't check. Like, you have a passive perception.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. All right,
Well,
so
I mean, he did fall in the hole and could literally not get out.
So,
of that
is this thing booby trapped or anything?
since you have advantage, you do see that there is a rune inscribed where the lock is, but you don't know exactly what the rune does. Tell that if you were to tamper with the lock, it would activate.
Touch it.
Hey, new guy, check out this rune.
Touch it.
Hold on.
Okay. I can,
Do you have detect magic?
There's a rune right there. Look at it. Tell me what it does. Hey, he was the one who said he was translating shit. So.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to figure out how I can use.
So, so Jeff, you and Dan, you both have detect magic, and it's a ritual spell. So you can both do a 10-minute ritual to detect the magic from the wanted to, and it would identify what this rune is. Or you can do an Arcana check, since you're both wizards, and maybe you've already seen it before.
I'll do the Arcana check again.
yeah, I'll do one too.
You are a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry. Alright, so Dan is looking at it, and being the young, stout gentleman that he is, he feels that it's just a mislabeling. But Jeff, looking at it with a much more serious and expertise subject, holds him back and says, "That is a rune of confusion."
Nah, it's a fake rune.
But Jeff, your roll is good enough to be able to transcribe it to a sheet of paper from your scholar's pack.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Does that mean he can use it later?
Yeah, as a scroll of...
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then as an added bonus, as a wizard, they can take time.
Where's going right now?
I think he's doing his own thing.
What are you doing?
He's exploring the dark unknown. Alright, so add to your items list, Jeff. Click on the plus symbol and just put scroll of confusion. And then it'll act as a one-time use of the confusion spell.
Hey, can I copy that real quick?
Well, so the way scrolls work, either of you can copy it to your spell book, but only one of you can do it. After you copy it, the energy from the scroll is dissipated. It becomes just a piece of paper.
I got you.
So, we look in the player's handbook, though, if one of you wants to go to what confusion is. Oh, wait.
Wait for someone to tell me.
It is an enchantment. So Neither of you went down the School of Enchantment, so it'll take you the full amount of time to do it, and it is a level 4 spell. So it would take you 4 hours and gold. Transcribe that into book.
Damn, that's
Okay.
expensive.
But you do have the scroll for a one-time use.
Yeah, I'll get sell it.
Alright, so for Drake, in that hallway, you do not see any traps with your perception.
How does Jack of all trades work, actually?
The real question is does this deactivate the rune, or are they just
It
putting
did,
stuff
so
in
now you
there?
just have to unlock it.
Awesome. So just use my thieves tools.
Alright, so the way that
Sign
works is anytime you do a check, Martin, is your proficiency bonus is currently 2, so you half that, and it adds 1 to any of your roll that you're not proficient in. So for instance, if you rolled Arcana right there, it was actually a 13 out of 12.
Okay.
So anything that you're not proficient in that you're doing that is a ability check, so any of the skills, not saving throws, just the skills, you get your half of your proficiency. So your thieves' tools, you are able to pick the lock and spring it open, and as you do that, what we find, yeah, we find
Spectre.
Karen.
Please
You
tell me
find
Spectre.
75 gold pieces. You find 4 carnelian, I don't know, some type of rare stone that you roughly estimate is
Carnelian?
Carnelian, yes.
carnelian.
How
All
many
right,
of us are there?
there's 4 of them. One Chalcedony. One.
Chalcedony. Yes.
You guys obviously know your minerals.
Chrysoprase.
I can pronounce words.
Precipice. Yeah, I can't. I am not intelligent. Two Moanstone, so you guys could get a Clefable and a Wigglytuff if you. Sardonyx, and then a Rose Quartz, not Star Wars Quartz. That'd be dope. And there is a +1 Great Axe.
Cool. So I'm gonna take the 2 moonstones, and I'm gonna use a sleight of hand, see if I can get a little bit of extra of the gold, because I'm guessing it's gonna be what, like 15 gold per person or something like that.
There's 6 of you, so it'd be
Probably.
more
Oh, there's
about
6
like
of us. Oh, it's less than that.
It's like 11.
11
or
gold. Okay,
12.
I'm gonna use sleight of hand to try to get like 15 done without anyone noticing.
We'll take
Oh,
that
I actually did
21.
twice. My bad.
We're gonna use that 21. That's the first one. So you take 15 of the gold pieces. The way it works
No
is
one
you
noticed.
open up the chest, and before anyone else is able to see, you notice the gold, and you're able to swipe 15 gold pieces. You're like, hey guys, we got 60 gold in here, plus all
Which
these
really,
gemstones.
That's 10 gold per person. It's perfect. Also, so then it's 10 gold per person from there, right?
Yep. So you get 25 gold, Anara, and then everyone else gets to add 10 gold. And then we can distribute the rose or the gemstones and stuff later, because you're not going to have any use for them now. But if anyone wants the +1 Great Axe to use in combat, I know...
That would probably be Dravorkin or Adeline.
What does it mean by +1? Does it give you
So
an
the
extra-
+1 extra, so it gives you a +1 to your attack roll. So when you roll the d20, it adds a +1 to that, and it also adds a +1 to the damage roll,
both.
which means that the Great Axe that you currently have, Tony, would be easily replaced by this weapon.
Alright,
If everyone agrees to let you.
I mean, no one else uses that.
I'm not anywhere nearby to say whether or not I agree to have it. Let him have it.
yeah, I mean, I'm all the way over here.
Alright, so Tony, you got the Great Axe +1, so I already added it to your
Dude.
yeah. Then you still have your other Great Axe on hand, but Now, when you do, let me just fix your button for it. That should work. Cool. All right. So now, what do you guys do?
Frederick
I,
rolls a stealth roll.
Wow.
Oh, it didn't roll the.
It doesn't like.
You said we'll just divvy up the stuff later. The rest of it later.
Yeah.
So
I just
then
want to
I
roll one more
guess-
thing.
Want to roll one more thing?
Yeah, I want to use So there's nothing. So the one corner is just his
His
living
chambers where he
shitting
used to
chambers.
live and.
Is there anything else visible in the room, like over here?
Just empty barrels that would have completed potions, but boy hasn't had
And over here?
nothing except for skeletal remains of the skeletons you killed.
Do we
And,
gain knowledge of where the wizard was when he came through that door?
Well, yeah, Jeff has told you that this is where he came from, and he came from the next room down. And a couple rooms past that. But Sean told you that this is the only door that the cultists use to get to where he is.
Gotcha.
So the room that you guys haven't opened yet, but you know is not booby trapped, the way that the cultists come.
Okay. I want to look through the keyhole. Make sure no
Okay.
one's there though.
What's
Alright.
everyone's
Is
health
that
at?
Perception roll?
I'm at
Real
I'm at
quick.
a 13.
Isn't someone dying right now?
No.
Not
No.
dying, but you guys are all.
I'm kind of uncomfortable.
No one's there.
Yeah, I'm like
No, I mean
kinda
like,
nervous.
so wasn't he like bleeding out earlier?
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
healed
he,
them
healed
with
him.
healing word.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna open this door then, since it looks like there doesn't seem to be anybody too closely.
All right. You open the door.
Awesome.
I like the little peephole thing you got going there.
Yeah, wasn't that neat?
That was
was
really
pretty
cool.
cool.
Alright.
So is there anything I can see past this corner?
Go ahead, F it. I'm just gonna
When you
shoot.
look at it,
Oh my god, it's another corner.
it always is.
There's always another corner. Alright, where do I want to go?
Alma hastily runs in front of you.
Alright, that sounds good to me.
Hmm.
I might as well look down this hall while she does that.
You're in a dead end.
It is? Oh, well, sure.
Orkin also looks down a dead end.
Awesome.
I stealthily look down this corner.
Literally, I'm just like, I don't give a shit about stealth right now. It takes so long. Awesome. Alright. This is probably where I should probably care.
Confident in my ability to see the traps that are
Oh
ahead.
my god, that's awful.
I
is
gallop
awful.
through this hallway.
You gallop, you say.
I stealthily gallop.
Oh, well, roll a stealth
anyone
check if
else?
you're gonna stealth.
I'm gonna stealth.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Cool, this-
So, as you're going, you're faintly whispering. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And as you're doing that, you forget that you're in a condensed area, and the sound sort of echoes, and it sounds more like. But as you do that, nothing seems to really, move from your sound. Your perception on the door, as you look at it, you don't see really any traps or anything. And as you go to open the door, the lock is fixed in place.
Awesome. So, hopefully there's no actual traps. This is gonna be fun. I'm literally. Let's do it.
Okay, so you're able to pick the lock and open the door. Nice and easy.
And quietly, yes.
Smash it.
Never. That's Javork instinct. Oops. Coming up. cool. No one's really here. That's weird. Usually I mean something's up.
Ghosts and things.
Yeah, you've encountered some ghosts and cultists so far.
True. Ghosts and skeletons.
As you go through this door, Jeff's character sort of nudges you guys and says, "The door to the left, I usually. But I've also seen them come out of the door to the northwest."
I'm just trying to smell some more blood, yo.
I'm gonna go ahead and check the store anyway.
The skeletons were out of it, and it really made me upset.
You look
I
over the
nudge
door
Adam.
and you don't find any traps or anything, but you can't seem to make it budge. It is also
Hey,
made out of
Musclehead.
stone.
Hey, Musclehead. Come destroy this door.
Are you talking to me?
Who else would I be talking
Well, this wizard seems to be pretty fit as well.
to? Oh my gosh. And this is also why you're a Musclehead. Not just muscles. What are you guys doing?
Going through a door aggressively.
We're going on an adventure.
It just kind of hurt. It's fine.
Alright, so as you try to muscle the door, you have finally found a door that is outmatched to you. So you cannot make it budge.
Shit.
Alma kind of looks
Jeff?
at you as if you are not the man that she once fell in love with.
She looks at me like, what?
You're not the man that she once fell in love with for a brief
Oh.
moment.
Wait, when did we say love? What?
Oh, she never said it. But he did something very
Oh, okay.
impressive for her and kind of felt a little feel of love.
Okay, and you said it's not locked.
It's not locked, but it's stuck and it's heavy and it's a door. Dvorkin was
Hey,
not
dude,
able
how-
to.
I rolled a 9.
How did you used to get through this door?
Well,
I
there's
do an
an Arcana
an
check
arcana. Yeah, yep.
for it. So as you look over the door, you can tell that it's just a normal ass stone door, heavy as shit, and stuck.
Okay, so. Well, I guess we're going straight up here, and we're gonna just go find the fight.
Can I use my acid splash on it?
I mean, you could.
Ooh.
Yeah, let me try that.
Do anything to stone? Wouldn't have to be like wood.
You're gonna ass splash this thing?
Just see, I mean, like
Acid.
Acid.
Oh. I was gonna say, that's really nasty, dude.
Yeah, I
you
know,
could-
right?
Oh, but, you know.
Alright, so you deal 10 damage to the door. As the acid splashes onto the door, it starts to seep down, and you can see that it's starting to chip away rather slowly at the door. This could take a while.
Well, I tried, boys.
Side note, this could take a while.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Do we want to try the other doors then? To
Yeah. Let's I guess we'll check this door. Oops. Perception.
Can I roll for this door over here?
Can. So, when you look over that door there, Nara, you can tell that the
Is this door open?
it is open because he destroyed it. So hold on, let me
Twice now. Fuck that door.
reveal the door. But you're looking over the door and you can see that there is a dart trap coming from the handle that would shoot towards you.
So like some. Oh, you said a dart trap. Oh, okay. I thought you said dark at first, like D-A-R-K. I was like, wait, magic? Okay, cool. So I will go ahead and make an attempt at disabling that trap.
Right?
That would be my thieves tools, correct?
It would be. All right, so real quick, for Drake looks at that door, and it is a stone door. You smell something that smells like burning, but you're not really understanding why. As you try to move the door, you can tell that it's a very heavy-ass stone door.
They made it to the other room.
As for Inara, you're able to disable the trap, and you open up the little contraption, and there's a nice little ice dart sitting there ready to be fired at something.
Awesome, I'm taking that dart.
As you touch the dart, it's cold to the touch, but not cold enough to hurt you.
Awesome. Nice dart.
But that it does 2d10 of cold damage, and it's unrecoverable.
What the fuck? What?
Mr. GM.
Adeline also looks at the same door, and he can tell that it's heavy as shit and made of stone. And it also smells very strange.
It appears
Like
to
burning.
be a
Wait,
door.
did you say? But did you say 2d10?
2d10 of
damage?
cold damage, yes I did. So if that would have hit you, you would have been dead, probably.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, yeah?
No, I wouldn't have died. I would have had 1 hit point.
Oh yeah. Adeline and Ferdrag, as you're looking at the door, you look around
Yeah, I was
the
about
rest
to say,
of the
do
room.
we see anything in here?
You see a stack of barrels filled with rotting fruit that stands against the eastern wall near that door.
Fruit?
Yeah,
Out of
rotting.
tradition, I would like to aggressively attack the door.
Okay.
I move out of the way.
Is-
This
So,
direction.
as you're moving, you notice in the southeastern corner, towards where you guys entered, that there's a bloody journal.
A bloody journal?
As you
Ooh.
attack the door, the stone door, Adeline, the recoil makes your whole armor rattle, and the door
Oh, so here?
I believe it. It's
over here. And the door doesn't seem to have a scratch on it. Right down here is where that
Stone
bloody
doors.
journal.
The
I don't know.
the blotch?
Oh, southwestern?
Southeastern.
That's west.
This is
Yeah, that's
east.
definitely west. West.
I didn't draw that thing.
What is this?
Here, where the blue is where the journal is.
Here?
What?
Yeah.
Blue.
You don't
Either way, I use my mage.
Oh, okay. There.
use your mage hand to
I
grab
thought you
it.
meant- I thought you
I'm
meant over
lazy
here.
as
I don't see any blue at all.
Yeah, I don't see any blue either.
Yeah. Same.
Oh, I'm on the GM overlay. That's why. My bad, gentlemen. Where the red is now.
Hey,
I use my
Awesome.
mage hand
That
to
makes
pick
so much more sense.
and bring it towards myself.
All right, cool. So you grab it. Do you do anything with it?
I inspect it.
All right, so you open it up, and it is in Elvish. What you can tell.
Well, we have an elf.
Elvish.
Hey, Adeline,
I,
can you
I
read
can read Elvish.
We have an elf.
I sure
now,
can.
I hand the book to Adeline since he's right there,
I don't
using
grab it,
mage hand.
but I look at it and read it.
Okay, I
Alright.
open the book. using
So your mage
and
hand
put
sort of
in front
opens it up for him, and as he's flipping through the pages, you flip through one a little faster than the rest, and Adeline goes, "Wait, go back to that page." So your mage hand goes back to that page, and it says something about the cursed sword must be dipped in magical blessed.
The magical-
Cistern.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, just want to clarify that.
I was about to say that's gonna get pretty nasty.
So
Oh, yeah.
about which direction is the water sound again?
So from both rooms, you can hear a sloshing, watery sound faintly in the northern side of your room.
I immediately go toward
Oh.
them.
You
So, is this door locked?
not anymore.
Awesome. So, I
I
guess I'm
open
gonna
the door.
quietly open this
You
door.
open your door. Hold on. So
Yes, without inspecting it.
okay. So as you try to
Wow.
open it, it is stuck. But it is a simple wooden door.
Oh, Adeline might be able to destroy it.
Hey, Adeline, You like destroying things, right?
All right, swing, motherfucker.
Better swing.
Oh wait, wrong door.
Yay.
Frederick is over
Is
there.
that? What is that?
So you
so
smash that
dangerous.
door open. Now the door is in pieces.
What is this thing over here?
What's it? Your roll? What are you rolling? Find out what it
I
is.
Arcana check.
All right.
Hmm.
I have an advantage on perception, right?
You
I
do.
think I do.
As you walk
Awesome.
into the room, Anara, you can see that there is a magical idol in the northeast corner of the room, but you don't actually understand what it is, because it seems to have magical properties that you comprehend. The rest of the room looks as
Okay.
if this was a site of worship long ago. Jeffrey, on the other hand, looks at it and he can tell that the sigil placed on it is of one of the gods of death.
Oh, nice.
Oh, fun.
Can I just keep doing checks?
You can. There's really no.
Okay.
This is gonna sound like a weird question, but can I lay my hands on myself?
Thank you.
If you want to heal
Because it doesn't
yourself to the
specifically
last
say that.
5, go up to 8.
I think so. Yeah.
It's kinky.
So
I
yeah,
know, right?
that's
I play
that's
with myself and gain some health back.
an idol that was used for worship to one of the gods of death. You think that it might have something to do with Alma's people, but as she follows you, and you kind of look towards her to see, like, I've never been down here.
Alright, guess we're pushing on through. Perception. Whoa. Cool.
Damn.
We'll put this door over here.
Oh god.
Suddenly, the entire map becomes clear to her.
So you
I
can
know, right?
tell it is a locked iron door.
You went out. Say again?
It's a locked iron door. Nothing is trapped.
Oh. Such a waste.
What about that door, Jeff?
Waste of good old.
I want to go check this one.
Oh yeah, that's the door we're supposed to be in anyway.
Oh.
These tools.
2, huh? Why'd you roll a D2? Alright. Are you going through that?
Wait. Can passive perception pick up the water sound?
Yeah, it's coming from Fredreg's door, and you can hear it from Anara's door. But when Jeff goes to this door down here, he can also hear it.
Yeah, I think we should.
So all 3 doors have a sound coming. So Fredreg
just in
opens
this
that
general
door. It
direction.
is unlocked, and your thieves' tools are able to unlock that door, Anara.
So it just like swings open fast and loud.
It does. It's a nice simple door. It doesn't smash or anything. Catch it before. Aggressively.
I catch the door aggressively.
Does can I use my passive
He does
perception check?
everything aggressively.
So yeah, the way your passive perception works is when you're just like walking around not looking for anything, that's when it would do it. If it's a door though, since you have to kind of look at it,
Okay.
normally your passive perception is going to pick up anything doors, but sometimes it does. For this
Okay,
door, as you're just looking at it, you don't see anything different about it. It just looks like a normal door.
I open the door.
You open it. As you go to touch the handle, it locked.
Is it a wooden door or an iron door?
It is a wooden door.
Is there any way, anything down this way, or is this a dead end?
Everybody's split up. It's...
I know, right?
Aha!
Oh. Ah,
We're moving
okay.
slowly.
Well, well then. I guess I might as well let them in.
Go to unlock the door, or
Let
walk
me
around.
perception it. Well, I don't actually know that. Well, they don't know that
It's a trick question.
that door goes there, and I also don't know that they checked it. So.
As you look at it, you know that it is locked. As you look to go and lock it, see a wire that is not normal inside of the lock.
Oh.
As you're looking at it closer,
So-
you see a little spark go from it, as if it is electrified.
Okay.
As for... Let me move. As
Can I
for
try using my
Drake,
thieves?
you're looking down this hall, right, Greg?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Roll a perception check for me. Right. So as you're walking
14.
down, walk around all willy-nilly. Nothing could ever hit you or attack you or take
Something's over
damage
there.
to you. But you are wrong. For as you step into this corner, there is an arrow trap that springs, shooting arrows at you. General direction.
Rolling.
So yeah, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't got your back on this one.
So unfortunately, you will take 1d. So we'll take 8.
Shit.
But the trap is no more, for it only had one use.
Nice.
Yay.
So, can I use my thieves tools to try to disable this electric thing
All right, go for it.
without being electrocuted?
All right, so you're able to get your thieves in there, thieves tools in there, and you're able to snip the wire with your scissors that, conveniently enough, have rubber on the handles so you don't get shocked. After that, the trap has been disabled, and you can continue with unlocking it.
Yay.
And it is unlocked, gentlemen. You are free to pass.
Well, not even a thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Hmm.
As Inara
Oh, I
approaches
saw
that door, she hears the
Wait, what?
sloshing
Oh,
sound.
that's a door? My bad. I didn't realize that was a door.
How many
Well, it's
scrolls?
a portcullis or whatever. Dunwaiter. That's what it is.
Oh, those things again?
Yeah, and as
The thing
you
that broke my back?
approach it, you're able to see somewhat through it, and you hear the sloshing water.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Okay,
The thing revealing itself
perception.
like that is never good.
Oh god, that was awful perception. Cool.
So it looks like a normal portcullis, but it is made of wood instead.
Oh, so it's not gonna break my back this time.
Roll a
Try.
1, it will.
Again. Okay, I guess I'm gonna try to open it now, even though I know it's probably booby trapped. Alright. And I'm guessing I'm rolling strength.
Yes.
Oh my god.
All right, so because it is made of wood, it is light enough for you and your tiny muscles to lift it up in the air. And as you do it, Alma is behind you, and she goes, "Hey, do you squat?"
Wait, what?
She asks you if you squat. If you do squats.
Oh.
Do you do squats?
Nah.
You can, and then she says, "I can tell."
Ooh,
Oh, fuck you.
savage.
You know, if it was up to me, you wouldn't even be on this trip, so. Okay, can we, like, no more squigglies?
Hold on. So they're looking.
I'm looking
this
at the
other
door.
Oh, they're still coming up.
way.
I'm coming up, so you better.
So you look at the door, and it doesn't look to be any different, but it's made of iron, and as you move the handle, you're not able to move the door at all. Stuck.
Hey, yo.
Your halberd comes down and just ricochets off the iron door.
What? All right, fair enough.
Knock on the door.
With mage hand,
Hand.
I take a step back.
So,
All right,
Oh,
so
hey, look at that.
as you knock on the door, you hear thump, thump, thump.
I say, who's there?
Can we hear that?
Who's there?
Can faintly. He says Dragonborn.
Dragonborn? Oh. Maybe I'll just leave it. No, kidding. No. Perception. Oh, wow.
It looks like a normal iron door.
Sounds like a dragonborn.
Oh, God. Alright, let's do this. These two.
Wow.
I swear to God.
Okay, but you're able to unlock it. And as you unlock it and
I'm gonna
swing it
go over
open,
here.
What'd you say?
I said you unlock it and swing it open.
Nudge Adeline.
Cool.
Though, hello.
Yo.
Is it
Alright.
safe?
We all ended up in the same
Adeline,
place
as you
anyway.
walk over the door
Is it
frame,
safe?
you step on a device and you hear it make a clicking. You step down, you hear click.
Don't move.
Okay, so I'm not gonna move my foot.
So I guess I'm gonna come and try to disable this. Well, I guess I should perception
I know
find out
what it
exactly
is?
what that
Yeah.
is.
Yes, you are able to see that it is a thunderstone mine.
Oh.
Do I
yes.
know how to deactivate it?
Is that something?
You will have to do a. For you, Adeline, you'll have to do a. Let's see. Arcana check.
Oh.
I'm
Let's
gonna
do it.
move over here.
Yeah.
As you look at it,
I'm gonna let them do
the
that.
runic symbols confuse you, and you have no idea what they mean.
Fantastic.
Well, we have other people.
Jeffrey,
who
on the
know.
other hand, comes over and he's like, "Ah, yes, that is the runic symbol for thunder. Give me 1 second." And he waves his hands and is able to sort of sap the energy from them. Go ahead, move your foot. As you move your foot, the contraption springs up, and you hear another audible click.
Okay, I'm gonna jump over it now.
Whee! Jump is successful.
I play with the trap.
Oh Jesus! I'm gonna run.
I aggressively click it in and out,
Okay, nothing
and
happened.
then I go over here.
Oh, okay. Disarmed. All right. Whew. I was sweating there with my low health.
Yeah, it would have dealt 1d10 thunder damage, and you would have been deaf.
Fun.
Wow.
Can we hear the water noise?
Yes,
should
in
be
the
able to
center
hear
of the
it.
room, you see a magical cistern in the middle, and at the top of the ceiling, you see acid dripping in the cistern.
Well, that's
Well,
not good.
Wait, so the water noise was acid?
Yeah.
This one seems pretty obvious to me. I'm just gonna drop the sword into it.
But
Wait.
As
Okay.
you
Acid.
pull...
So he says, "Wait." So
Oh.
I'm holding it above
Oh.
it.
Okay.
Let me
Wait,
see something.
before you ruin this acid, maybe I
Yeah.
should take some of this acid.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait,
gonna
do I have
stand
any
behind the mage.
So what
Yeah.
you got acid dripping from the ceiling as if there's something up in the ground seeping through the stone. Then you got the cistern full of the magical liquid that's also cross-contaminated acid.
Okay.
That's what you're seeing. You do definitely see that there are magical properties to this water that is in the cistern, but you don't exactly...
Okay.
Can we take some of it to study later?
Sure. You have a bottle?
Do I
I'm
have a bottle?
checking. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I did, considering.
In all honesty, both wizards have a bottle of ink. So one of them could empty out the bottle of ink and fill it with the water if you wanted to. But other than that, I don't think anyone has any type of bottle.
I have an
I
oil
have a-
flask. I have two
I have
oil
a
flasks
water
and one.
Oh, there you
skin,
go.
And I have a
Yeah, you would be able to
Massive
use
flask. Yeah, I
that.
have oil flasks as well.
I am not using the alchemist fire bottle.
As you shouldn't. That would, I would be mad at you.
I'll dump out one of my flasks of oil and take some of that.
Alright, so put
Water out the thing.
magical water or in place of your oil flask.
Magical oil. Because I had 2 oil flasks, so now I have 1. Awesome.
Alright, so
I wrote magical oil instead of water.
I'm gonna take a moment to read the journal and see if there's anything else about this.
as you read the journal, most of it is about a little schoolgirl's daily routine, how she loved with him,
Oh,
how one day
sweet
he
love.
accidentally brushed her hand with hand flesh. Very, very embarrassing. Other than that, then the
Please tell me
cultists
this is-
stole or kidnapped her and used her to experiment on the transformation potion.
Wow.
And they were able to successfully turn her into a star. Much like the little girl that you
Oh.
guys had to fight at the beginning.
Gotcha.
Afterwards, her usefulness, the cultists noticed that her usefulness had been past due, or she could only transform once. Then after that, future attempts didn't work. So they stabbed her in the gut and left her to die, and wrote her last passage saying to dip the sword into the magical cistern.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
Sweet.
so yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
Yeah,
share
they're
that
already-
last page with everyone so that they all know.
Boom, everyone knows.
Alright, fine, whatever. Cool, dude. I'm just gonna stand over, like, behind this door while you do it, so, yeah. Oh, wait, there's no door over here behind this door.
Alright, so, go ahead and walk me through it there, Bill.
So
Actually,
you're saying that
behind
the
this door.
acid is dripping into the cistern or next to it? Can we get
I
some of
haven't-
the water without?
What does the acid look like it's dripping from?
There's
yeah,
a
that too.
crack in the ceiling, and it's dripping from that. So, the best of
Okay,
your
so
knowledge is
it's
that
not
there's
supposed to
something.
be
Yeah, there's
there.
something that's in the earth that is full of acid, and the constant wear and tear of the crypt has started to degrade the walls, and the acid has just started to drip through.
So they don't look like they go together. Okay.
Hmm.
And then is it like oil and water where they're not mixed? Or is
Exactly.
it more like, is that, okay.
So the acid
Um,
kind of pools on top of it. The edges of the cistern are of pure magical water. So Jeffrey,
I'd like
you
to
look
see-
at it, and you conclude the same thing that you've always concluded every time you look at it. Looks like some regular ass acid and some magical ass water that I don't understand.
How about I do this? I cast a spell. How long is it going to take if I do identify item?
So, identify. Use your identity, or your identify spell.
Yeah. I don't think I have a
So-
I
pro.
think it's an hour, isn't it?
1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. Yeah.
Well, that's if he casts it, but he doesn't have it readied, so he'd have to use ritual. That'd be 10.
Oh, gotcha.
I
Do
can
we
try
want to
to
just scoop
try
out
to-
some of the water and pour it
I
on
mean,
the
are we in a hurry?
blade?
Didn't she say dip it?
Yeah, she said dip.
Yeah.
It did say dip it, but it'd be interesting to see what would happen.
I mean, if you want to test fate.
I'd rather not fuck with
That's
cursed.
All right, they vote no. All right.
I vote put the sword directly into the middle of the acid.
See, that's kind of
Nice.
what I was feeling.
See, I can do this.
I don't want to die.
Let's
I
go.
use Can I use my mage hand and push some of the acid away?
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I also want to use my mage to push some of the acid away. Oh no.
Yeah. See,
Oh,
definitely
God.
want to.
No, I hear shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
great.
trying to-
Okay,
we-
put the
no,
thing
we
in
need-
there before these
we need-
things
yeah.
appear.
I do it now.
Dip it
I do it now.
Put it in now
in the
before,
water.
before they come.
Unfortunately, before you can dip it.
Dadgummit.
This is what happens.
Unfortunately,
Nope.
before you
Let's roll
can dip
initiative.
it,
What
Look at
the
that
hell?
Let's
thing.
roll initiatives.
What's
the
that thing?
nearby two specters appear from the
20,
ground,
20.
and two skeletons
my
also appear from the ground. The specters say, "Finally, the sword that will rid us of this curse."
Wait.
Sounds
they're
like we're on the
actual
same
people?
side here.
The
Yeah.
fuck?
Can we talk to them?
Yeah.
I roll to
Come on,
talk to the
guys.
specters.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, let our bard do that.
So, what do you want to
So-
say to the specters?
I wish to inquire about what they are cursed with and what the conditions of the curse are.
Cool. So you say that in common language or Draconic?
What
What
do I
were they
hear them
speaking
speak
before?
in?
Actually, hold on. They speak Elven.
I
So
speak
only Adeline and actually, yeah, I forgot that you took linguist. So Adeline, Diff, and Nishan are able to understand what is being said, as well as Alma.
Just ask them to translate.
Yeah. So I just say, what curse? With my hand hovering over the damn acidy, cisterny water.
They look at you and say, "That sword is what led to the downfall of our people. Dip it in the acid, quick."
What
Ask
people?
them.
What people are we talking about here?
They're speaking Elvish.
So probably the ancestors of
I don't understand this.
Yeah, we're just sitting there, confused.
If you will not dip the sword, we will take it from you by force and dip it ourselves.
Hey, Alma, you wanna translate for me? Yeah.
translate for them.
So you translate. The skeletons take a step forward.
Go back here.
Who has the sword?
Adeline does.
Adeline.
This one.
Dip it in the acid, I say.
That could make them stronger. Fuck it, I drop it in
Wait,
the acid.
what was the original thing?
Drop
What was
it
the
in
original
the
thing?
water. The journal said water. Drop it in the
Yeah,
water.
just put it in the water.
That's
Put
what
it in
I
the
meant. I'd
Yeah.
slide it down
Yeah.
the side where you said there was clear water.
Okay, so as you slide it down the side, you pick it up out of the pool, and it's dripping with this mystical water. The specter goes, "Yes, finally, peace."
Hey.
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 And they sort of dissipate out of nowhere, and then the both skeletons drop into a pile of bones. You can see a transparent figure sort of vanish, sort of like smoke, but you have a feeling that that was the soul of the skeleton.
Nice.
Well, shit.
Awesome. Well, that was
I
anticlimactic.
wish to inspect the sword.
Slightly terrifying. Whew.
Right?
Is it still rusty and stuff?
It's still rusty for the most part, but you can see that the magical water is starting to chip away at some of the rust as it slowly purifies the sword.
Nice.
I'm guessing
I'll just hand it over to him. I don't need that shit.
I shall add this.
What kind of sword was it again?
It was a
Short
short sword, but it was like broken.
Oh, okay. Cool.
What
Alright,
next?
I guess I'll percept this door, I guess.
No, we need to go back to the other door.
What other door?
The one that we couldn't get past until the curse was lifted.
Yes, remember there was a door you went and
Yeah.
Skull came out and said, "The curse must be lifted."
Where
And
was
it turns out that Silence My Brothers was
way
not
over here.
the answer.
I'm just gonna like.
Y'all want to just backtrack to that door?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Where was this?
To the southwest.
Southwest. Yeah. God, that was so long ago. I'm
Yeah, it was 2
so glad
weeks.
you remembered that.
Silence My Brothers.
Oh yeah, it's
knock.
also the one with magic, and now we have some. Wait.
We all here?
Yeah, we need them to check the magic
We
because
picked up some mages and shit.
we weren't able. I know, right? We actually have a
Alright.
chance.
You're doing an Arcana check on the door.
Oh, I guess everyone's doing Arcana.
Yeah, just
Cool.
to make sure we all.
All right, so
Wow.
The two with the least arcana get the
Right. So as you all look at it, the wizards look at this purple rune and like, I've never seen anything like it. Dvorkin comes up and he points at it and he's like, that's a rune of hypnosis. And then you both look puzzled at him and wonder, how could a barbarian tell that?
A rune of
Probably didn't
hypnosis.
use it.
I have a momentary flashback to earlier in the campaign where Onara triggered a rune of hypnosis, and I told her to open the door. I persuade her to
Yeah,
open the door.
I remember
roll
that.
persuasion.
Yeah, roll persuasion. So if you're rolling persuasion against her, Miranda, this is where you would also roll persuasion. Whoever gets the higher gets to decide what happens.
I want
Okay.
to make note that I have expertise in persuasion.
Ah,
So you get
Double.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
well, it's double your proficiency. So it's
I don't
plus
think
an
it's
extra
enough.
2. So yeah, 13 versus 21. So you try to persuade Inara, and Inara looks at you and says, "No, you open the door," and
I
you go,
just-
"Fine."
yeah. Tell him to just open it himself if he
I
wants to
opened the
open so
door with my
badly.
mage hand.
Aggressively.
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 So as your mage hand goes to grab the door, you see the rune glow bright purple, and then it sort of triggers an effect. In your mage hand, as it goes down to open the door, it sort of falls flat on the ground and looks as if it's asleep.
So, one of you mages should probably try to disable this door for us.
After that, it fell with enough force to creak open the door a tad bit.
Oh, nice. But I also don't want to touch the door.
Alright, I'm gonna try to use my magic hand, see if I can push the door the rest of the way open.
Okay.
So, will the door still mess with us if we walk through?
How many magic hands do we have now?
It's a cantrip.
Cantrip.
Oh, okay.
So
we
there's
have-
2
we
of
have
them I
Bard
know for
magic
sure.
Hand, we have mage hand, wizard magic hand.
So your mage hand goes to open the door, and the rune stays the dull purple that it was before it was activated.
Alright, let me... Screw it, I'm just,
I could use a decent nap.
right?
Oh my god.
I walk through the door.
All right, you walk through the door, and nothing happens.
Oh.
Sweet.
Sweet. Okay. And everyone's like, hey.
So I notice on the map that the color is different. Does our passive perception pick up anything on that?
It does. This seems to be of a different tile. So instead of being stone, this is made of clay, as if this is where a ritual.
Gotcha.
Can I want to make an Arcana check real quick.
Eeny, meeny,
Go
miny,
for it.
moe.
I'm going left.
I'll go right then.
Hang on, I have 2 more Divine Sense. Let me see where I'm at on that. I've got 2 more Divine Sense, so I'm going to use Divine Sense.
Okay.
So I know the location of any ritual or celestial or fiend location.
Right. So as you use your divine sense, you can tell from the northwestern that there is a great evil.
We should go left, guys. Definitely left.
I'm going to ignore you.
I'm going to roll persuasion.
Okay.
After that terrible roll that he just had, I'm going to give it a shot.
Good grief.
No. We're
Oh
going-
damn!
Oh,
Oh, he got you.
It
He
was the
got
other one.
you.
It was the other one. You're deaf.
Well, I'll keep going this way then.
Do I
Wait,
get?
is that another gum later?
Does he get disadvantage because he said earlier that he was not going to split up?
No. Because
Okay,
he
just
said
checking.
he said I'll probably stop splitting from the party, maybe.
Maybe. Oh, right. Okay. Just wanted-
And then he said probably not.
oh, okay.
So I'm percepting this door dumbwaiter thing.
It is a normal dumbwaiter. Looks to be wooden.
Oh, it's already open?
Yeah, it is actually open.
Oh, sweet.
Hmm.
Bad.
What is this?
I insist on going left.
Okay.
I repeatedly roll
oh.
persuasion checks.
Guess
so I-
who's over here? Shit.
I get annoyed with Adeline and I decide to go left anyway.
Can they see me right now?
No, they're looking at this altar / coffin thing.
Shit.
Okay, so
I
I'm
whisper
gonna
at Adeline, you see, this is
Selfie.
why we don't listen to you.
Oh shit.
I'm
Sorry.
So
gonna stay back here, all stealthily hiding, hopefully.
okay, so
While
you're
they-
Steph, come
Maybe.
back.
I'd like to take
While
an
they
8-hour
go
rest.
work.
No.
So as you guys walk into this room, you walk in unnoticed, and in the northwestern portion of the chamber, the Alanis. You also see 2 acolytes of the cult, as well as some elven gentlemen that seems to be a higher standing cult member. You can hear them whispering, "Where's the little girl that we're supposed to sacrifice to bring?"
Where's the little girl?
The elf goes, "My lady, she was lost in the shipwreck, remember? We had her under deck and that kraken took her from us. So we will have to make
shit.
do with another sacrifice." And as he says that, he looks at one of the acolytes. The acolytes stand firm, ready to give up their life if need be. Pause.
Should we stop this?
Can I grab Alanis and push her into the front?
You mean
With
Alma?
your mage hand?
Or Alma, my bad. Yeah, my bad. Alma.
Hey, don't
Well-
don't.
Sorry, they look the same.
Name.
Alma walks
I
in.
think
I'm guessing people were talking and,
And
didn't
as
hear anything.
oh, you didn't
so-
hear it?
No.
Alanis was saying, "Where's the little girl that we were going to use for the sacrifice?" And the elven dude says that she was taken by the kraken. So then she said, "Well, one of the acolytes should do. They should be pure."
Oh, okay.
At this point, Alma in the back of the party can hear her sister and pushes all of you out of the way and runs into the
Oh,
middle of the
that's
room.
fine.
Oh, great.
Oh, she doesn't grow.
Oh.
She doesn't grow.
Damn.
Sister! As she says that, Alanis turns around and she gets a smirk on her face. And she goes, so you are clever enough to find me here. Alma then says, "Sister, this is madness. The cult wants nothing more than to use you for your lineage, nothing more. Once they're done with you, they will dispose of you. Why can't you?" Alanis then says, "You do not know the hell that I have been put through by Siege Crimson. The cult wants to see him dead, and so do I, so we both share a similar enemy. I will work with whoever shares my. If you take his side, you are my enemy." As she says that, she draws her daggers. "What will it be, sister?" At this point, Alma sort of turns back to you guys, and you can tell by her face she's asking you with her body language. You guys have my back?
I wink at her.
I say you have my fucking
I draw my
whatever,
bow
I don't care.
just because.
And my ox.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
My boo.
At that, Alma turns around and she's like, "I'm sorry, sister," and she draws her sword in her hand or in her crossbow, and she says, "I cannot let you go down this path. Roll initiative."
Woo.
I click my thing. I roll initiative.
Do we
I
roll
get
it
three.
again?
Why
I
won't my thing?
proceed in leaving the room to wait for my turn to begin.
Right.
There's a tie.
Oh my
What do
god,
we do?
same.
There's a what?
There's a tie.
So it'll be. Hold on. Let me get everyone's initiative. Because it breaks ties based on who has the higher dexterity.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can
Oh,
we,
that music though.
like, I guess it's too late now, but in the future, can we, like, intimidate people by unsheathing all of our weapons at the same time? Because that'd be great.
You
That
can,
would be
or you can just provoke the attack straight on. Because if you unsheath all your weapons, they might counterattack with unsheathing all their weapons.
Yeah, but we have more people. Ours is cooler.
I
Yes,
agree.
that's
Alright.
true. Alright, so as everyone draws their weapons, you see this gentleman named Norin Morningshade. And he looks particularly at Adeline. He goes, your name Adeline by chance?
Yeah.
A cast out from my people. This will be fun. As he grabs his daggers in his hands, he is ready to kill you.
I grind my teeth and get pissed off.
Alright,
I don't know
so
if that does anything for me, but that's what happens.
first is Gif.
Okay. I'm going to cast. Okay, I need to move up a little bit,
That's fine. You can move like 5 feet forward.
and then I need to cast grease on the
Grease.
ground under them.
Alright.
Nice.
Nice.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Has
Casting
anyone read
grease.
Man, that was my
The
turn.
Land?
I wish my turn was next. I could use
Is that a book?
cantrip.
Yeah.
I have not.
It's a lit RPG.
So
Just
how
kind of a new
much?
genre?
How much can I talk to them right now? Like the
Talk
party.
to who? You can talk to the party
Anybody.
freely. It doesn't cost an
Okay.
action or
Someone throw some fire down after I cast this.
Okay.
That was kind of my plan.
That's
I
like the
can do
go-to
something
move in the
similar.
land.
How do I?
Alright, so the
This
way
is
it
gonna be
works, you don't. So, like, the way it works, Jeffrey, is you cast it. If you go to the left hand side, click on the draw shape for me. Or no, actually, use the ruler to stretch out your 10-foot square. The which, are you getting these 3 people?
Oh, it's a 60-foot cast range, so I can
Yeah.
just stand back here.
Yeah. But it's a 10-foot radius, so is it this? Is that where you're casting it?
Yeah, I wanted to cover.
So
The three-
cover
The two
from
big people and the one of the peasants.
I'd rather not kill the sister if I can, but
so if you want that, you can cast it to where it doesn't capture Alanis, but you'll only be able to capture Morning Shade and one of the acolytes.
yeah, I'll do that one.
Okay. So which acolyte, does it matter?
Uh,
I doubt it would kill her anyway.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. We'll just
Back
catch
one.
this whole
3
thing
gold
on
says it kills
Boom.
her.
Yeah, do
Grease.
that. Do the back one. Yes. That.
Boom. You cast Grease. It's down there. Each creature standing in the area must succeed 30. If they succeed, this gentleman does, and the acolyte does not. So this acolyte slips and falls onto her face. All right. Next is Nishan.
I'm going to. Let's go big already. I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Oh damn!
So deal 5 damage.
It does. It's his level 2 spell. He's just busting it out.
I want to bust out my level 2 spell.
Here, this guy. Over
What's
here,
the elf wearing?
And
He's wearing the same cultist gear, but you can tell that he's got some type of metallic armor underneath it.
Ooh, metal armor. It's almost like I have the exact spell I want to have for this exact situation.
I know, right?
all right, so I'm going for her.
Mm.
And I'm leaving out the sister.
I wonder if my pony can fly.
What? What can fly?
My pony. Sorry, no, that was
You have a
strange.
pony?
That was from something, and I wonder if my sword is made of iron. Reminded me of that.
All right, so you're casting your fire spell.
Mhm.
Go ahead and cast it. Clicking it.
Jesus.
Oh, you got it. Oh, I rolled better than you, but we'll take your roll. All right, so you roll the 22, and that will hit all 3 of them, because you can separate it.
Yeah.
The 3. So you want each one of them to get hit by it.
Yeah, I want the 2 acolytes and then
The dude. All right,
Yeah.
so the 2 acolytes get hit with it. The one on the very right hand side sort of just gets hit, and she kind of like coughs as her robes kind of burn a little bit as she pats it down to get rid of all the fire. The acolyte that's laying on the ground, since the grease catches fire, she dies, and you can hear her screams as the fire engulfs this whole greasy area. At the same time, the gentleman is able to jump forward and just take the fire attack in the air. And as he lands, he's like, "Huh, that was a close call. That's poor little acolyte. Although her life was coming up short regardless, that's the one I was gonna sacrifice."
What a dick.
The coffin is not on fire, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Alright, next is Alanis. So Alanis... Get her character sheet. Alanis is going to take out her hand crossbow. And she is going to shoot her sister.
Interesting.
And she's going to miss. So she shoots and it lands right at Nanara's feet. And that is when Alma looks at her and she says, "Sister, this is madness. We're family." And Alanis says, "No family would betray me as you have. So you are no longer family." Next is Alma. Alma turns to the Morning Shade guy and says, "You have corrupted my sister, and for that you must pay." And she shoots at him. Will hit him. For 3 piercing damage.
What does piercing do?
Piercing is just the type. So it's like bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing.
Yep.
So she shoots at him, and it pierces through his robe, sort of like below his pec a little bit, but not enough, to where he just grabs the arrow and pulls it out throws it on the ground. "You're gonna have to do better than that, Alma. This is why I sided
Crowley,
with
is
your
that you?
sister." No, it's not Crowley. Crowley's not here. Trust me.
He is in spirit,
Yeah.
in a seed.
He is in that feed, yeah.
So, yeah, as you say that, Crowley says, "No, I'm not there." And Dravorkin looks at his pocket. Alright, next is Norin Morningshade. So he steps up to Alma.
That provokes a
Yeah. And if you roll a 1, you're gonna hit Alma.
Polar Master. Do I just use my glaive on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Boom.
Nice.
That'll hit. But he is able to deflect half of the damage with his armor. So you go to hit him, and as you make contact, he sort of takes one of his daggers and is able to move the rest of the force up into the air. "That was a close one. You've gotten good, Adeline. Maybe we could have used you."
Just growl at him. Just growl. There's furious frustration.
So as he moves up to Alanis, he is going to use a multi-attack. And he's able to make 2 melee attacks against Alma, each of them dealing 6 damage, putting her at a measly 2 health left.
Ding.
So he stabs her into the top of her torso and then stabs her into her right leg. And as she does that, Alma sort of screams in pain as she falls to the floor. And then he sort of steps back a little bit and goes, "Ha ha 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 ha! Your sister dies today." Next is Adeline.
Alright, let me see something.
Jesus.
I can't stand on this space, can I?
No, there's a person there.
Yeah. See that? I want to stand on that space though. That's bullshit. All right, I'm just gonna attack him, the funky elf man.
Orin Morning Shade.
Yep.
Funky house.
Boom.
All right,
Nice.
so that is a crit.
Shit.
So
Are you
Damn, and
serious?
2 crappy rolls.
yeah, that's a bad
Will it
roll for the
definitely hit?
damage. It definitely hits. You can paint me a picture, but it's only 7 damage.
All right, so it goes right into his armor of his bicep and slides all the way through his arm, and I kind of give a little grin, and then I pull it back out, and he kind of winces, but still seems fairly unfazed.
He winces and goes, "Huh, you're gonna have to do better than that, Adeline." And then he licks the blood and sort of
Is
tastes it.
Dravorkin aroused?
Dravorkin, are you aroused?
The aroused.
Nah, I'm kind of like in the heat of the battle moment right now.
That makes sense. All right, next is the Acolyte's turn. The Acolyte. I haven't actually. She is able to. She's going to cast Cure Wounds onto Norin Morningshade. So she deals 3, or she heals 3 of his damage.
Isn't that a crit?
Well,
According to this
no.
thing, she critted.
Well, yeah, she critically failed on the damage roll for the heal, but it still cures him. So, and then after that, she moves over to this corner. Next is Dravorkin.
All right, I got a question. So,
Yeah.
can I attack and use a potion of healing?
No, you
Okay.
have to use one or the other.
All right. So, since there's a lot of
Yes.
stuff written in the Rage and the Path of the Tribal, I kind of summed it up. And I'm gonna move here. And
All
I'm
right.
gonna go into Rage. So I get as it says, I get roll advantage on melee attacks. My friends get melee attack advantage.
Yep,
and I
on
get
any
plus
creature
2
within 5
damage.
feet of.
Yep, and I get resistance to that stuff. And I also, whenever I go into a rage, I kind of take the look of a wolf. So
Yep.
like, I grow fur and stuff.
Yeah, so you walk up to them and you scream as you kind of howl. So you're like, "Oh!"
Yeah.
As you start to howl, the back of your neck starts to, like the hair there starts to lengthen, and all the hair on your body starts to become more like wolf-like and fluffy. And your teeth, you start to grow large canines, and your face kind of goes forward a little bit, as if you're growing a snout, like a dog or a wolf, but not not enough to make you look like a werewolf or anything.
Kind of like how, like in the underworld, when they.
Yeah,
kinda
exactly.
grow.
So
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was going for, actually. So,
All right, and then I'm gonna take a swing at this this fuck right here.
all right, go for it. All right, so your great axe +1. Did that add the It did. Sweet.
Yeah, and then I get plus 2 damage for rage.
Yeah, so you will hit him for 9 damage. It won't kill him anywhere near it, actually. So, but your great axe swings down and smacks the shit out of him, and he kind of like stumbles as he comes up, and he's got kind of a little bit of fear in his eyes as he notices, oh, we might be in trouble.
Cool.
Next is Anara.
I'm gonna move over here, and I'm gonna shoot at the
Acolyte.
Yes.
You will miss.
Oh my god.
As you shoot, the acolyte
Anytime.
sort of seats it, and she ducks, and it hits the wall right above her.
That was awful.
All right, for Drake.
Hold on 1 second. Hopefully this works out the way I want it to.
We'll find out.
Can I use the? Is the thing on fire?
The grease, yes.
Okay.
So when it was initially caught on fire, it sort of burst into flames, sort of like a grill that catches on fire. But then it sort of like subsided to where it's like maybe just a couple inches off of the ground, burning the grease slowly.
But it is on fire.
It is on fire.
And can I use it for as one of my components?
If you walk up to it to where you can touch it.
Can I? Can I just?
Yeah, you'd
Can
be
I just
able to do
jump?
that. You'd be able to jump. That'd be your movement. Because you've got that ring of jumping, remember?
Yes.
Because
I'm going to-
your jump isn't gonna provoke
She's
any.
extremely dead, isn't she?
The acolyte over there is she's toast. She's literally crispy. Think of popcorn that you put through 2 cycles of the popcorn function on your microwave,
Gross.
God.
Anyway.
Gross.
I'm going to.
along with the
Use-
smell, by the way.
I am going to
But,
cast heat metal,
All right.
targeting the dude's armor.
What?
Hey,
Ooh.
yeah, this is actually a good spell. I like it.
It says 2d8 fire damage when cast.
Nice.
All right. So go ahead and here, watch the. If you click down and
Can
then
you
click
mute
it,
the music?
There. There.
And
Are
as I
you
cast
okay?
this,
Is somebody
Alright, I should have
stumbling
put
in
my
the
thing
kitchen?
on.
I think he's trying to play a song.
I should have put my thing on.
The ring of fire. The ring of fire.
so like, the flames sort of like circle around my blade, which I'm using as my spellcasting focus, as I sing this song, and then you start to see his armor glow hot.
Yeah,
Red
so
hot.
the chainmail that he is wearing underneath his robes glows red hot, and it starts to burn away patches of his cultist robe. Before he understands what's going on, you hear him sort of screaming as he's burning. So go ahead and it rolled four damage.
Yeah, rolled 4 damage for me too. Interestingly enough.
So it does 4 damage, and he's sort of like sneers in pain as this kind of sucks, but it's just the desert. I'll just drink water. Seed on Constitution. Let's see if he saves. His Constitution save is, what is that towards? That 15? All right, so he fails. But he doesn't drop the object. But he's not going to take off his armor, so he just has disadvantage on the attack rolls. Part of his next
And ability checks.
You said until the start of his next turn.
Yes.
Okay.
No, until the start of Fridrake's next
Oh
turn.
yeah, on Fridrake's. Which unfortunately, if Fridrake goes first, then I'll end up making it for his turn. He's gonna have disadvantage on all his. Beautiful. All right, cool. So you dealt 4 damage to the gentleman. So as you see his chainmail almost exclusively now, as it has burned away all his robes, and he kind of just stands there with his daggers in his hand, and he looks towards Adeline with a fire in his eyes, and you can almost tell that there's smoke coming out of his nostrils, but that's just from the inner flames that's burning from the chainmail.
Come at me, dude.
All right, with that, everybody, it is time to roll initiatives again.
Oh man, it's my favorite thing. Hey, this is actually good, isn't it?
Come on.
Because now he's gonna fuck up everything he does until I take my turn, right?
Yep.
That's true, yeah.
All right, Sonoran Morningshade. So he is going to stand there. He looks down at his armor. What a minus setback this. Let us.
He considers taking it off?
He does.
Wait, does he actually?
No, he does.
Oh.
So instead, what he does.
I would like to flirt with him in order to get him to take his armor off.
You can do that on your turn.
Take it off, big boy.
So what he's gonna do is he's gonna cast Hold Person onto.
Hold person? Oh my gosh.
So he's gonna cast Hold Person. Let's see. Choose a humanoid that you see within range. Target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. At the end of each of its turns, the target can make another Wisdom saving throw. On its success, the spell ends. Otherwise, he is looking at Adeline, so make a Wisdom saving throw. Ah, nice. So he holds out his hand towards you and sort of grips it. Think of Darth Vader as he force chokes somebody. And as he does that, you feel your body as a pressure begins, but then you sort of shrug it off. And at that point, Norrin Morningshade looks at his hands. He said, "Maybe we were mistaken." With that, it is Anara's turn.
It's because I'm half elf.
I'm gonna try to shoot the acolyte again.
Oh shit!
Incredible.
Alright, so you kill her, you can paint me a picture.
Damage.
No decapitation.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
A little arrow totally decapitated it.
Double critical.
If it wasn't for the crit,
Well-
she would just be hitting 0. But because of the crit,
Well-
that +8, killing the shit out of her.
So the arrow goes straight through her throat. Well, not straight through her throat. It hits her in the throat, and rather than going all the way through, it pins her to the wall behind her.
Alright, as it pins her to the wall, she reaches towards Norrin Morningshade as if a final attempt to heal him before you see the life fade from her eyes. So, we will delete. He doesn't get any turns. Dravorkin, your turn.
+2, so 16.
Are you talking... Who are you attacking, though?
Oh, I'm attacking the fuckboy here.
Okay. Alright, so you can kill him. Paint me a picture, but do not decapitate or take in any...
Okay. So, so as I'm raging, like I'm just yelling and I'm like
He
so
did get fucked.
it's like veins are just popping out of my arms. And so like I just go for one final blow to his gut, and it doesn't go all the way through him, but it hits him and his eyes get really big, and I do like this like little slice to get it out of there, and then he falls.
Alright. Alright, so he's dead. As he's dead, at this point, Alanis looks around. She sees...
Everyone dead.
Yeah.
We did that on purpose.
Oh, this isn't the song I was looking for. Where's the good song? Hey, that's a good one. That one fits. Alright, so Alanis, she looks around and sees that all her comrades have died. And she looks at her sister and says, "As much as I would like to, I cannot finish you here. I concede." She puts down her daggers on the floor and kicks them towards you. And she holds up her arms and puts down her, she puts down, or gets down on her knees.
Someone better tie her up, like, now.
I'll use my infinite rope to tie her up.
Alright.
I am gonna walk over and tell
Kinkily.
this
Are there
corpse.
are there any spells to keep her still as well?
I got a spell that can hold person, but I'm not sure how long it's gonna last. Let me see.
Okay. Just because she has a knack for disappearing.
Yeah. I was
I have
actually gonna
literally
do this.
infinite rope.
I proceed
Alanis...
over to this
Tie it
corpse
up
here.
and we can do this. Because I'm guessing we're gonna have a pretty big break after this. So
I go over to
After
this corpse here,
About time for
and-
me
tell it that I learned this from my human friends, and I begin to mash the B button on his face.
So, all right, so you begin to beat the shit out of this corpse. As you're doing that, every 5 seconds, the face becomes more and more disfigured. Your plate armor becomes more crimson as you continue to slaughter this man. And seconds go by, and no one stops you.
Adonis! Madeline!
More seconds go by, and no one stops
dead.
you.
sitting there impressed. I'm just impressed.
All right, I've had enough.
He's extremely dead.
So, did we tie this
I
person
wanna-
up yet or not?
You did.
Let's call it 20 seconds worth of just face fucking.
All right, so there is no more Norin Morning Shade. Well, hold on. We'll get to the loot. Don't worry. The fire starts to subside from that grease fire as the rest of the grease has burnt up. And Alma approaches very slowly her sister. She pulls
tied
out.
up.
She pulls out her short sword and cuts the rope that you guys tied her up. She is still my sister, and with us here, there's no way she will.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm watching. I might as well.
Yeah. How do
As
you
she does
shift?
that, as she does that, she picks her sister up and she looks her in the eye. She says, "You almost killed me." Alanis goes, "Yes, well, Siege almost killed both of us, and you don't want anything to do with his death. I cannot let that go." Alma looks at her and says, "Sister, please. Vengeance is not the way. Look at what it's created. Look at what it's done to you." And at this point, Alanis goes, "You know, you're right. Maybe it is the wrong path." And as she does that, she embraces her sister as they both hug. Dworkin, go ahead and roll a... Let's see if you get turned on. Roll a perception check.
Suicide pact. Yeah.
Alright, you don't get
Dworkin
turned on by this because you can't see that Alma is missing half her clothing to show side boobs, so you don't see that, unfortunately, but Adeline does.
Nice.
So as she is embracing her sister, she's like, "But the ritual must be completed." And
I cast my whole person.
unfortunately, you weren't fast enough, and she stabs Alma in the back of the throat.
This dumb bitch.
As she does that,
So, with my paladin thing, I wouldn't have been trusting her at all because I took the Oath of Vengeance, which is no mercy, meaning that I still intended to kill her.
which is fine. Yeah.
Okay, just throwing that
So,
out there.
yeah. Alright, so as she stabs Alma in the back of the throat, Alma looks into Alanis' eyes, and she can't say anything because she's bleeding, obviously. But Alanis says, "Don't worry. What comes next is far worse than I ever imagined." And she flings the blood onto the crypt in the back.
Okay.
Wow.
At that
Yes.
point, she drops down the daggers and she says, "You can do with me what you will. The ritual is complete." And she starts to cackle in a maddening voice. As she cackles, the crypt opens very, very slowly.
I'm gonna go ahead and
You just kill her.
I'm gonna
kill her because she killed my friend.
Let's kill her, please.
Just quickly, just stab her.
Just stab her in the back or in the neck, just like her
I
sister.
wanna grab her
Move away from
throat.
this.
I wanna
I-
grab her throat and just squeeze it until like my hands are all the way together.
We
You
don't
know
have
what?
time.
That's
We don't have time to
He
stab
deserves
her.
I'll just,
We don't,
I'll
He
just, I'll
does.
just throw my daggers
we
at
don't
her.
have time. There's 3 people there, popped out.
Yeah.
So
No, we got
Just
time.
kill
We're
her.
fine.
I'm
We're
emotionally
fine. They're still popping
unstable,
out.
that's a lich.
I'm gonna pull one of my hairs
Mhm.
and grab my potion of transformation and force it into Alma's throat.
Okay.
Nice.
You know what? I'm gonna walk here. This seems great. I'm gonna hide behind this guy.
Do you leave her there?
Well, she's fallen to the ground bleeding, I assume. So
Yes.
yeah, I kind of leave her there.
Okay.
After
And you
I've
pour
shoved that
the
into her
transformation potion on her?
Yeah.
Okay. As you do that, Alanis goes over to the Wraith and she says, "Do with me what you will, my..." The
Please
Wraith
kill
looks
her.
at her and you aren't really understanding what's about to happen, but a flash of darkness goes over all of your eyes to where you can't see anything for a mere moment. Afterwards, you hear the screams of Alanis in agony. As you all awaken and you're able to see again, you see Alanis has been thrown into the crypt, and the crypt has been sealed shut. As it's been sealed, the shadows glide over it, and they put their palms down towards it as a dark energy floats from their palms. They start to whisper in a sort of demonic tone, words that you can't understand, but it sounds like a chant. At that point, the wraith looks at all of you, and it screams in a terribly deafening roar. But it doesn't deafen anything, but it really hurts your ear, ringing. At that point, roll initiative.
Okay.
So is
Son of a
Alma
bitch.
dead right now?
He is dead
That'd
right
be-
now, yes.
Now'd be a good time for grief.
Right now, which means she's gonna turn into something.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, Grease would be nice right now.
I don't think.
I rolled last, so
Okay, so let's see. On the shadows. Alright, so Dravorkin, you're first.
Are you angry?
Yes, I am extremely angry.
You're still in your rage too.
I am? Okay. Alright, well, I'm moving. And I'm gonna ferociously attack this dude.
Nice.
Alright, so you go and you slash at him, and it's sort of the same thing with the shadows. As your axe makes contact, he sort of dissipates into a different reality, and as your axe goes away, it comes back, becoming only half effective. As he does that, he looks at you. Mortals will never understand.
We need a better way to fight these things.
Is my sword still wet?
What from what?
Is the is that
From the
cursed
dipping.
sword? Yeah, the cursed sword.
The cursed sword? Yeah. Next is for Drake. Also, isn't Adeline holding the sword?
I'm holding the sword.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave it to him, yeah.
Alright,
I was
so
like,
it's your
hey,
turn for Drake.
does anyone still have that?
Decisions.
Yeah, that sword, the half broken thing.
Yeah, that's what for Drake was asking about. He's got it.
Do it.
What was that?
He's asking.
You have the...
Do it.
I do have the sword.
The undead will never understand.
I unsheath the sword.
Alright.
You
You
What's it
can
called?
use
What I call
your
it?
same longsword attack for the
the shitty, possibly magic sword.
yes. It is been dipped in a magical pool, so it has magical properties.
Let's see. And I'm going to go up here. I'm gonna poke at it.
Alright.
Longsword attack?
Yep.
Jesus.
Alright. So you go to poke at it, and as you poke at it, the tip of the sword is the rusted blade. As you dig deeper, the shaft of the sword is still dipped in the magic. Once it hits that point, the wraith sort of cuts back and like howls in that scream. It says, "No!" And he sort of smacks it out of your hand. And as he smacks it out of your hand, it lands right behind you.
So it did hurt him.
Oh,
Good.
I have a thing I can do. I'm going to use my bardic inspiration die.
Alright.
Just because I have things.
Yes, you do.
But I
Well, if I do
You
anything,
may not have done them
within
in the right
5
way.
feet.
This isn't your bardic inspiration action.
I don't-
Bonus action on your turn.
Hey, yo.
Yep, so you can use your bonus action, but you would have to do that after the attack roll.
Okay. I will not do it. I'll remember it for later.
Okay. So, next is Anara.
Alright. I guess I'll shoot it with my crossbow, because it'll take too long to try to dip anything into the water I have.
Alright, so the 13. That's gonna hit.
Wow.
But
I'm
it's only
surprised.
as it does the exact same
Half
thing as it
damage.
has to the shadows and looks to be half effective.
Awesome.
And then you hear the ghostly laugh from the wraith.
Yeah. It probably tickled him.
Next, the shadows continue to hold their hands down towards the crypt, and you can see them sort of do a like pulsating movement with their hands. So imagine the hands sort of just sitting there, and all of a sudden they pulse them, moving towards the crypt, and they start to do it every like 5 seconds or so, as if they're expending more of their energy. Next is Deshaun.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot magic missiles, targeting the two shadows and the lich.
All right.
Pew pew pew.
Pew pew pew.
All right. So 11 damage. So
Damn.
as the magic missiles, you got 3 of them going, and they all sort of do like a circular attack before spreading out to their respective targets. They hit the shadows, but they don't even wince, as it seems to be half effective. All of them. Next is Adeline.
All right, so I have this flask of holy water that I got for casting spells,
Yes.
What?
but I imagine that it might be useful, but I'm not sure. So I'd like to splash some on my weapon.
Go for it. That can be
Okay,
a
I do
bonus
that.
action.
Okay, and then I will step forward and attack the
Right.
main lich boss.
The Wraith. Alright, so that's
He
going to hit
definitely
him.
hits.
So,
Wow.
as you go through, it hits the Wraith, and sort of the same thing as with the Cursed Sword. The first part of your sword wasn't doused in the magical serum, but as it cuts through, the holy water starts to enact with the substance of this Wraith as he lets out another howl of pain.
Cool.
Next is the Wraith.
Should be fun.
The Wraith is going to float into the wall here on the other side. As he appears, he
So-
looks.
I have a question on opportunity attacks for
Can you attack
everyone else.
through a stone?
Well,
So-
everyone
I
else
don't
has.
think I can attack through walls without a weapon.
The
Maybe
way
stop.
the way opportunity attack works, Bill, is when he leaves their threat range. So
Right.
theoretically,
so
he
right
did.
Here,
He's
be
still
leaving
within range of
his-
Dravorkin. That's 5
Oh,
feet.
okay.
Once he gets in the wall, he's out of range, but Dravorkin can't shoot through walls. Right?
Gotcha. Okay.
That's why he went that path. At this point, he sort of like floats down to the body of Norin Morning
Oh, no.
Shade, and he grabs the head, and he sort of looks into his eyes, and then you see a flash of radiant light. Norin Morning Shade.
Oh god.
From that point, you see a wispy smoke come from his mouth as his body dissipates and becomes a specter.
These
Then the Wraith goes to the Acolyte and effect.
What?
That is the Wraith's turn.
2. The Wraith, the DM let you have 2 resurrections?
I didn't give him. The Wraith gets that. The Wraith is pretty powerful. That's why I was concerned at first, but since you guys got 6 people, only one of you should die.
Only 1.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think anyone's gonna die though. At that point, it is Hif.
He calls hacks.
All right, Hif.
So my Thunder Wave, can I only use it one time per day? If it's level 1 spell.
No, so the way it works, you have 4 spell slots, so you can cast your level 1 spells 4 times. But that means you can only cast 4 of your level 1 spells. You can cast Thunderwave 4 times, you can cast Magic Missile twice, Thunderwave twice, but you can only do 4 casts of your level 1 spell.
Okay, so Degrease once, Thunderwave once, and that's it.
Yeah, so now you've got 2 more casts of your level 1 spells, and you've got 2 casts on your level 2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Could cast Grease again.
What would that do though? It's floating.
Well, I was thinking the coffin.
What I want to do
Coffin's
is...
made of stone,
You're made
But
of
the
stone.
things on the coffin aren't.
but they've been resistant so far.
Oh,
They're,
yeah.
I'm
they're like
gonna
shadow,
move up here.
or like.
You're gonna move toward the enemies?
Yeah. Gonna move towards the
Okay.
enemies.
I'll be right back.
I want to see what the range is.
I look at him warily.
That won't do anything. No.
Need more PowerPoints? Actually, I gotta pee too. Think about what you're
Okay.
gonna do, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna pee. I'll be right back.
You know what? I'm also going to pee.
Yeah, trying to interrupt the people on the casks. On the casket.
Hey, is there a way to like put some special stuff on my axe? I don't have anything to do.
Oh, the water
Mm.
stuff?
Well, like water or like holy water. I think.
Do you have
think-
any?
I don't have any, but like, I think whenever I attack, it does like half damage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can keep attacking these things, but I could probably do a lot more if I had some special. But I don't know if it's possible to get any liquid or anything.
I have a little, but I was about to use it.
Oh yeah, because you got the little.
Yeah, I emptied out.
Alright.
Yeah, I emptied out my flask of oil for it.
All right, Jeff,
I
what are
think,
you doing?
For Drake has some too.
I want to use Magic Missile and target the 2 on the coffin.
With
and
Thunderwave?
No, with Magic Missile.
Okay. So you want the 2 on the coffin and the wraith?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll that damage for me.
Oh dear, what happened?
He's casting magic.
Magic
Enough.
missile.
Yeah.
So just click on the word magic missile. It should not. Ooh, why does it do that?
Hold on, let me...
I wonder why. Weird. Because
I feel like every time he tries to do stuff, it doesn't work.
yeah, I'll look through after we're done. I'll go through all your spells and stuff and make them work. Just roll 1d4. The 1d4. What's your magic missile do? You're rolling
It's
3d4.
1d4 plus 1 force. Yeah, so I do 3 darts. Each is hit with a... Anyway, so 1d4 plus 1 force. So 3 times? Or just once?
Just once. Is it 1d4 though? Because
That's what
his
mine
was
says.
more.
Dan's
A dart deals 1d4, so it'll be should be 3 d4s.
Plus 1 force damage.
Yeah, a dart deals 1 force of damage.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, it should be just so. Actually, Dan, your magic missile for some reason is put incorrectly.
Okay.
So I changed
Nice.
that. So
Okay.
realistically, it did
Broken
less
true fire.
damage. Yeah, but it's fine. It'll still work out. All right, so that is 3 damage to each of them. Kind of just shrug it off, like they have been. And next we have initiative rolls. But give me 1 sec. Hold on. Don't roll yet. All right, now roll.
Okay.
Those are not great.
Come on, crit fail on initiative. Damn it.
Wow. That sucked.
He literally did the exact opposite of what I wanted him to do.
Exactly.
All right, so the shadows, once again, paying no mind to you, increase the pulsation they've been doing to about every 2 seconds, pulsing their arms down, imbuing this crypt with their energy. Anara?
Oh,
Oh, my bad.
so I'm gonna dip like 10 of my crossbow bolts into that magical water I have.
All right, so that'll be your whole action.
Yeah.
Jeff, go ahead.
No, I didn't. I clicked initiative again. On accident.
Oh, gotcha. So you
I
had a
like
2.
No, I had. It said 2, but
Yeah.
I thought I had like a 7 or something. But either way.
Next is Nishan. Yeah, you pressed its.
Okay.
So yeah, Nishan, your turn.
I'm
No, I'm Dirty Dan.
No, I'm Dirty Dan.
I'm going to
I'll be back.
I want to do absorb elements. Yeah.
What?
I want to do it. Absorb elements.
What are you absorbing?
Elements.
Oh my god.
Them? He's probably absorbing them.
The way that one works technically, Dan, is when you get
Uh-huh.
hit with an attack, that's a reaction spell.
Oh, okay. All
So
right,
like
that's
let's say that Jeff were to hit you with fire magic, you could use absorb elements to absorb that fire attack, and then you could use that on your enemy.
Got it.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's really cool.
All right. I didn't know how that works. Now I do. Yeah. So I am going to. I have no idea what I'm going to do because I'm practically useless now.
You're not useless. You got plenty of
Oh,
spells.
cool.
You
You're
can
like
use.
I've been the entire time.
I'm gonna move over here. And sorry, is this
There are attack cantrips.
Yeah, you can use
Yeah.
your cantrips to attack.
yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm going to
True Strike is a good one.
Do you have
Remember,
any buffs?
his True Strike would end up helping him out.
yeah.
Does
Yes.
it? Is it a melee attack or is it just magic?
That's a,
Yeah, your first attack roll, so that could be with any of your spells.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and cast my True Strike on this one of those specters right there.
All right, cool. You cast True Sight on the. Gonna mark it with a little. Yeah, I'm gonna mark it with that little symbol right there to show what your True Strike is on. So
Yeah.
it's got that little skull and crossbones. Next we got the Wraith. So the wraith. Let's see.
What do you even do?
So the wraith is going to fly over to Jeff.
Wow.
That provokes an initiative attack
Does
or opportunity attack for me.
no? He's not in your range.
Yeah, he is.
Look closer.
Oh yeah, no, that's the wraith dude. My bad.
You're thinking of the specter.
God,
He's going to try to drain your life.
damn it, it's useless.
But he is not able to grasp you, which is good because he would have dealt 29 damage to you.
Jesus.
Damn!
29?
Yes.
I want to deal 29 damage.
I'd be dead.
So he goes to grab at you, and as he does that, you kind of dodge out of the way and use some of your magic to deflect his hand. And he sort of looks at his hand, trying to figure out what you just did, and it angers him. Next is Dravorkin.
All right.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I am going to move here and attack this fella.
All right. All right, so that's gonna hit. And as you swing down your axe, it vanishes from reality and comes back as the attack happens, only making it half. Next is Adeline.
And that did eight damage.
Half effective, 7 damage.
Well, I got the +2 because I'm in my rage.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you're right, 8 damage.
So I'm gonna sprinkle some holy water onto his great axe, and then I'm gonna attack this guy.
All right.
The
Doggy's
Splinter
thirsty.
getting some water.
Oh yeah, he is. He's thirsty.
Dog.
Right, so that will almost kill it, but not quite. So you go in to slice at it, and as you're going to slice, it does the same sort of reaction where at first nothing, but then once it catches the holy water, the shadow winces in pain, and it throws one arm in the air while keeping one concentrated on the crypt as it sort of screams in pain.
Okay.
Next is for Drake. Splinter.
Who's hurt badly? First of all.
On
Other
y'all's
than me.
team,
Yes.
Man.
I would say Adeline
think
losing
anyone.
quite a bit, and Sean at half health. Yeah, you, Adeline, and Nishan are at the lowest point.
Okay.
Although 17's decent, really, so I think I'm alright.
Yeah, I'm at
Jeez,
13.
37?
Yeah, he's got a lot of constitution.
Let's see. What do I do? Anything cool? Do I have anything cool? Do I have anything cool? I don't. I have used all of my cool things. I'm gonna take out my other longsword. just the other one.
There you go.
Who has been hurt the most on the Ghostly Spectre teams?
Who's been attacked the most has been the Wraith.
So we get to see like
These
how
wraiths?
weary they are, right?
Yeah, you can kind of see if they give that type of effect off. These being unholy and undead,
Oh yeah,
they don't really show you.
Okay.
Out of the two wraiths, they've been attacked the same. Or the two shadows, they've been attacked the same amount.
Which one was the one that almost killed what's his face?
Neither of these have killed anybody. The Wraith.
This one almost hit 29.
This one?
The Wraith.
This one almost at 29.
So the Wraith has been your big bad boss guy. Specters have just come into the fray and they haven't done.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, I really don't think we want these guys to finish what they're doing.
Yeah, that's
Fair.
why I'm. Yeah.
I'm gonna move here with my sword. I'm gonna long sword. This dude
Right?
as a bonus.
All right, so you will kill
Hey.
it.
It's dead.
It is. It had 1 HP.
It's always been dead.
Okay.
Bill's got a point. So as you slice through it, it does the same thing, but as it vanishes back into reality, it sort of hits like a thread of itself where it starts to convulse, and it's like, no, it's almost complete, as he bursts into glittery darkness.
I'm gonna expend 1 use of my bardic inspiration
All right.
to do defensive flourish.
Flourish.
Essentially, that just makes me roll
Gotcha.
a bardic inspiration die. I don't actually have to have the die apparently. And basically, I can just use a flourish anytime I hit something.
Yeah. So are you wanting to use that even though you killed it? Because that would use your thing to add more damage to what you just did, but because you expend the use of your bardic inspiration to cause the weapon that you just used to deal extra damage to the target you hit.
But it would also increase my AC.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
Actually,
Do it next.
I changed my mind. I'm going to just use my bonus action to heal myself. Because that's a thing I can do apparently.
With what? Healing word?
With healing word.
There you go. Yeah, that's one of your first level spells, so it'll lots.
Yep.
So it'll be
Minus 1.
1d4 plus what's your charisma modifier?
I have a thing.
There you go. 8. I'll input it for you.
Thanks.
You're almost full health now. Cool. Now it's
I
the
was at
specters' turn.
13.
Yeah, you were close. The specters arising from the corpses that they just rose from. The one with this little red dot is looking at his hands. And then he looks up and he looks behind him. Adeline!
God.
He floats through the wall.
Yay! I finally get my opportunity.
He floats right above you. So go ahead and use
Literally
your
his opportunity attack.
Hey, and he gets advantage because that dude's within 5 feet of me.
Yep. So
That seems
22.
busted.
So you use your glaive and you slash through him, but the same sort of thing has been happening the whole time. And it seems that your holy water has dissipated from your glaive.
Oh no. He's dried out.
So as he gets over there, he looks you dead in the eye, and then he says, I have more important matters than to kill you. And he puts his palms towards the crypt and starts to, as you see the ribbons of dark magic come from his hands as he starts to pulsate just as rapidly as the other shadow.
Wow, that was a little bit insulting.
Now it is Hith.
Okay. I'm gonna get away from that. And then.
Oh, I forgot this other one. You get an attack of opportunity on this gentleman. Still.
I think you only get 1 per turn.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But they're
I'd
both
like to do it though.
they're both pulsating on that crypt.
Rapidly.
So
Just
what's the
rapidly.
guy with the X above his head?
dead.
So the skull and crossbones is to show which target Dan is using his ability on. So for you, it doesn't do anything, but for Dan on his next turn, he gets advantage when he attacks it.
Okay. There's too many people around for me to use Thunderwave.
Yeah, you would fuck everybody up, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I could use Thunderwave.
Well, you would fuck everybody up too. And then when I say everybody, I mean mostly your party. As you guys have
Yeah.
seen, the creatures don't react much but radiant.
Yeah. I'm going to use Firebolt on the X one, the skull and crossbow ones.
Alright. Okay, crit. Solid. So you weave your magic and you throw your fireball at him. Because it fades into existence right as it hits, but it's not dealing enough damage to quite kill it. But close.
Uh-huh.
It's able to keep its concentration on the crypt pulsating every second. And with that, it is time for initiative.
Jeez, guys.
Shit.
Why don't you make a real manly
Oh
roll?
my god.
Everybody rolled shit except for the specter. That's beautiful.
I
Oh
rolled
man.
7 twice in a row.
Awful.
All right, so the specters, collectively, both specters and the shadow are now pulsating at about half a second each. That is their turn. Nara.
Alright, so I'm going to try to use one of those crossbows that I dipped into water earlier, the magical water, against this dude since everyone forgot about him. He's going to come after someone.
All right, so that will hit, and it will deal the full damage. So as you shoot him, the crossbows being dipped in magical essence pierces through him as he sort of gives a wince, and you can see him sort of like where the crossbow hit, his body reacts to it as if he's like, no, they found him. With that is the Wraith's turn. The Wraith is going to fly over.
This is bad.
I get initiative or opportunity.
Go ahead and do your opportunity attack.
Yes.
11
Damage?
Yeah, so you go to swing and he teleports sort of out of reality and then vanishes back in. Half effective.
Still
And
something.
now what he does is he flies over to the little alkalite and it looks at it, grabs her by the head, does the exact same thing, creating another specter.
Oh no.
You are master's good work.
Well, looks like we're fighting the big thing after all.
With that, it is now
Before we fight
Adeline's
the big
turn.
thing, I have to go to bed.
Well, I'm gonna sprinkle holy water on my thing again. And shit, who should I attack? I'm gonna go after. Since there's 3 of them on there, it's not gonna help. I'm gonna do that.
The Wraith?
Yeah.
Alright. The first attack, right? That 14 was your attack of opportunity on the Spectre. Or on
Yeah,
him.
the
The
7 is
yeah,
the,
that misses.
cool.
So next is Nishan.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot magic missiles again, targeting the 3 on the coffin.
Alright. You get advantage to the Shadow and then regular on the Spectres.
Right.
The way that works, magic missile is it's automatic. So 7 damage. So the shadow is going to be destroyed. And as the magic missile hits him, even though he faded out of existence and faded right back into the bolt, he sort of jolts. No! As he dissipates. The 2 specters get hit with it as if they are fully affected by it. But they still stand.
Okay. And that'll be me.
Alright, Dravorkin.
Alright, so Adeline had put some spicy sauce on my great axe.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So I'm going here. I'm attacking main dude.
Right.
Finally. Ugh.
So it's +2, so that I don't know if it
The
does.
shit
Yeah,
out of
that'll
it.
be 16. So you don't kill it, but as you
Jesus.
slice through it, you take a big ol' essence to where it looks as if his arm just vanished from reality. He goes,
How much health does
no!
this dude have? This dude should be dead by now.
At that point, it is Jiff.
Which one of the specters is lower health?
My name is
You don't know that. They'd both taken the same amount of damage, though. So technically, they're both.
Okay. Okay.
But in reality, I wouldn't be able to tell you that.
Okay, no, I just didn't know. Okay, that's something you need to pay attention. Okay. I'm gonna try
Okay.
to do a hold person on one of the specters to paralyze it.
All right, you
On
got,
the-
or Miranda, you got 10 more minutes. We can make it. We can finish it in 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I'm a hold person on the
I'm just
on
ironing.
the blue one. Or
Blue one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's not a humanoid. Is a.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able.
Okay, never mind then. Then I'll just move over here and cast a magic missile on all three of them, or on the two on the coffin and the main lich thing.
Okay, cool.
And then I need to cast one D4.
I think I fixed. Should be able to. Oh wait, no. That's weird that you're. I wonder if it's cause. There you go. So, it deals 4 damage plus 1 to all of them. So, see, the specters get hit. They take the full brunt of the force. The wraith gets hit, and he starts. You see, like, imagine what a black hole would do if it was cast inside of him. He starts to sort of crumble, and he's like, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter." As he vanishes from existence.
Cool.
And at that very moment, both of the specters you can see are slowly starting to fade away from reality. For Drake, your turn.
I swing my sword.
Okay.
On the
At the
bright side, we all
specters.
get to wail on the one thing.
All right. So you swing your sword, and it hits, but it won't kill
I
it.
would like to do a slashing flourish,
All right.
because that's the thing.
What does that do? Add more to.
No. It does a lot, actually.
Damage equals the number you roll on Bardic. All right. So roll your Bardic Inspiration die, which is
So
6.
that's,
So
yeah.
6 damage.
Nice.
All right. So as you do that, you sing a little chant, little
12.
dingy, and it will kill the specter. And with that, everyone's turn is done, but no need to
Well-
roll initiative.
And any other creature of his choice.
Is it?
The other specter.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that one's still alive, so.
Still, damage is damage.
Alright, so no need to roll initiative at this point. Let's see. If I want.
Are you sure
that
not
song.
that song?
Victory!
This is definitely not victory.
No, they're about to raise.
At this point,
Lich
the,
Lord Alanis.
the final specter
Zombie
completely dissipates from reality.
Wait, what about
The crypt
this one over here?
opens. That
What
one.
is that?
I back the fuck away.
That one can go away.
Oh,
The crypt opens very slowly, and out of it, you now see what stands for you.
Alanis?
No. She's just sacrificed.
As this creature that looks
hell is
vaguely human but beautiful. Ah, my eternal
Perception.
slumber has been interrupted. As she starts to cackle, she snaps her fingers and all of you go blind. What do I want to do? Like that. All of you go blind, and then she lets out a wail that is so loud that you've never heard such a sound before, and you all go deaf. After a moment, your eyes start to come back very slowly, where you can finally see.
So they actually made us blind and not like turned out the lights.
Yeah. You were blind and deafened for a moment. You're still deaf. You can't even hear you snap your own fingers, but you hear a voice. Ah, so we meet.
Telepathy.
Yeah, so she's speaking you telepathically, but you are too late. Alanis has done exactly everything. Now, I will destroy this world. And as you hear her cackle, the darkness becomes light again, and you're able to start to see everything as normal, and you can also hear as normal. But you notice that the creature before you is no longer there.
Person, the potion shoved down her throat. Is she still okay, or dead, or what happened?
Usually the potion takes about 5 minutes to take effect, and it hasn't been 5 minutes yet. Normally a round of combat, so each time I have you roll initiative, is about 6 seconds. So she's still sitting there chilling.
Hey, so I have this thing, and it says I can't be blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
You can when there's a level 20 lich that's deaf, blind.
Oh well, shit.
Yeah, well, during that, I did Divine Sense, and I knew right where she was.
That's fine. So yeah, you knew she was in the middle of the room as she was talking to you. But she has since floated out.
Yeah, well, I acted very convincingly like I knew exactly where she was.
Facing the wrong direction.
Alright, so Jeff, your Arcana check, is that to inspect the coffin?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're looking at this coffin. It's made of stone, and it's imbued with very necromantic and you can tell that whatever was just awoken has been in this crypt for thousands of years. And you can't really pinpoint an exact timeline, but the fact that she has awoken is very bad.
Can I open it?
Yeah. So you're able to lift it open and look inside, and you can see the remains of what looks to be Elven humanoid. But you can't tell the gender, you can't tell how old they were when they died, because the corpse is too frail and too old.
Perception to see if anything is weird about anything else is in there.
You're looking around, and it looks as if just like random fairly heirloom that have the sigil of Alma and Alanis' family on them.
Okay.
Does it have any hair?
There is hair. So
I'm gonna take some.
for it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take some of those heirlooms.
All right. So
I'm gonna persuade Onara that it would be in bad taste, so that Dravorkin doesn't murder her in rage.
Dravorkin's not paying attention.
He might be.
I'm right here.
So Jeffrey, your history check. As you're looking at these bones, and you can definitely tell that this is not the body of Alana. This is a body that has been here for thousands of years or more. And whatever happened to Alanis' body while she was in the crypt, no longer there.
Okay.
Hey, I did sleight of hand instead.
Do a persuasion check though, Inara, to see.
crap.
Haha!
So he persuades you correctly. You put the heirlooms back.
Well, he did. Yeah. Okay.
It's at this point that Vorkin, your side pocket starts to throb.
Crowley?
Kinky?
Aye, Vorkin, can you hear me?
Buddy?
Where the hell are ya? What the hell's going on? The World 3 is frantic. What's happening? Did you find something within that crypt that y'all were going to?
Yeah, so what happened was they killed Alma, they put Alanis in his crypt, and then
She is also dead.
Yeah, she's also dead. And we try to fight off the race and stop whatever stuff they were doing, and then BAM! Boom! And then fucking this dude popped out.
It was a
and
female.
Female popped out and started cackling and was being all weird and I'm supposed to not be able to be blinded, but she blinded me, you know?
Oh
And-
wow, that's some serious bad juju right there.
Yeah, so she's
Some bad
Like-
news.
yeah, like she's bad news bears.
Bad news.
Now wait,
bear?
wait 1 second. Where exactly are ya? What do you mean by she? Tell me exactly where you are.
We are in
I
the
don't think
middle
we
of the
know
ocean.
Where we are.
Yeah. So
We're
we
somewhere.
Well, you guys know that you're on
I don't
Oh.
remember the ocean,
Well,
the sea name.
the Red
the
Sea.
There's that island.
You're on the Elven Island in the Red Sea.
yeah, we're on the
Oh,
Elven Island
that's
of the Red
specific.
Sea where and Alanis's family was from.
Are you talking about where Siege took out that Elven clan?
Yes.
Yes.
So there was some crypts there, and we went through one of them, and then we went into this place with some really nice tile floors,
Oh yeah.
and it's all golden and stuff, and there's a crypt that looks like there's a cigar in there.
Now here's a question. Hold on, last thing. In this crypt, did you feel any type of necromantic energy?
A
or is it-
lot.
Oh, absolutely, man. I couldn't taste any blood anywhere because there's all these damn skeletons.
That's not good. According to fables, is in that crypt thousands of years ago when Alanis' people lived there and they ruled the whole sea. Their queen, Nagex, ruled with an iron fist, and that was her resting place. So what I'm thinking is probably Nagex has finally awoken from her slumber. She wasn't killed, but she was definitely put to sleep and banished to that crypt. So if what you're telling me is that crypt has been opened, Nagex is back in the world, and he's definitely not happy. And that's why the World 3 called me back. So we're gonna have to find her. We got to take her out.
Yeah, I had no idea where she went, but she seemed pretty angsty about getting out, doing something.
Well, she's probably gonna go back to the land where she was first taken out, and that is to the west of Siege's fortress. At least that's what the druids here tell me. But tell you what, if you go back to Siege's fortress, I should be able to meet you there, and we can discuss this and figure out what your next move is. And then that way I can... Oh, I appreciate it. Ale on the house, that?
Well, on me.
I can dig it. But yeah, head back to Siege. It'll probably take me a couple days to get there, though. We're pretty far north here. And the World 3, oh, it's not in good shape, I'll tell you what. The world is definitely in trouble now that Nagex is back.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, the magic's starting to wear off, so I gotta go, and hopefully I'll... Peace. Before he can finish
Bye.
his sentence, he sort of fades away. His voice fades away, so...
Crowley? Crowley? Well, I
I
guess he's
can't give you
gone.
the powerhouse of the cell phone.
At this
And
point...
I share everything with everybody.
At this point, Alma, her corpse starts to move. And then,
Nope. I'm out.
as Alma's
I get
corpse
freaked
starts
out
to
by this.
move, another Adeline.
Why are there two Adeline? Oh yeah.
So, the second Adeline gets up and looks at his hands. These are not what I got with my pedicure.
Hey,
All
at
mine?
least you're not dead.
Not what I paid
And
for.
she looks
Oh, yeah,
at
that's
you
right.
and says, "What am I?"
Me. Me.
Me.
Me.
As
I
Adeline
am
says, "Me."
me.
Me. So she reaches in her pack and takes out a bottle of water and spills it onto the floor and then looks in it. Looks in horror. Oh my god, I'm ugly.
It'll wear off.
I want to say that Drake mimics her Adeline's voice, saying, "Oh my god, I'm ugly,"
Oh my
all
god, it's
mocking
ugly.
me. Yes.
So, is this... What did you do to me?
Well, I used that transformation potion that we happened to find, and I'm gonna hope that it's not a very strong one.
Well, if it's anything like the one they used on that little girl and my sister used before, the effect should wear off in a few days. But I do greatly appreciate it, thank you.
Yeah, that
But
boost of strength should help.
I do believe that you and I should not be seen together while this potion lasts, for it might raise suspicion, and I do not want to be burnt at the stake.
You'd think you'd be
Like,
used to
people
being a
don't know
twin.
magic exists.
It's true, but it's different when you come across two elves that looked as fine as we did, as opposed to me looking as hideous as I do now. She scoffs. But then she, as her anger dissipates, she looks at you and says, "I am terribly sorry for how I've acted. You have saved my life, and I appreciate what you all have done for me. Where is my sister?"
So, after she stabbed you in the throat, this wraith came down, and she told the wraith to do what she will or what it will with her, and then tossed her in that tomb. And
No.
then she
Please tell me you're lying. Please tell me you're lying.
no,
Yeah,
so
she's
yeah.
dead.
That
And
is the
then,
tomb of Nagex.
She's been
Yeah.
freed.
And it's
yeah, she's been freed.
my sister's no more. Nagex has
No.
stolen her soul,
Martin.
and now that is the soul that Nagex will use in order to continue her conquest from thousands of years ago. If you have not heard the story from fables and tales, Nagex was a powerful wizard of our people, but she became greedy with her power and eventually looked for everlasting life.
Jesus.
And she found this everlasting life in becoming one of those, a lich. So she will try to amass an army somewhere, and she will make sure that this world crumbles at her. We must do everything we can, friend. Everything.
Oh, absolutely. Do you know what type of creature she would probably prefer to have as her minions?
Anything that has died will be at her disposal, whether you like it or not. The only way to truly get rid of her minions is to destroy the soul of any fallen creature they die, but to do so is an act of evil, and none of you are capable.
What, just crush on a skull once you kill somebody?
Oh no, this is more spiritual than...
Well,
Unfortunately, I will need time to myself to figure out what it is that we shall do. At least what I shall do. If you have other things to do, I think I will stay on this island for a few days until this transformation potion wears off, and once it's off, I will meet you at the fortress of Siege himself, question mark?
yeah. We're gonna meet Crowley there.
Oh, Crowley, the little druid.
Yeah, he said
Oh, he was funny.
Yeah,
He was
said that
furious.
The tree is not good.
The tree? You mean the world tree?
But yes, the very same.
So they know of Nagex's...
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
at least the druids know. They will think of something on how to purify this evil. But for now, we will have to do what we can, and if you can, wizards, there should be a library somewhere in Siege's fortress. It's not, allowed for you to go in. It's kind of restricted, but maybe you can find a tome or two about necrotic magic, how to destroy it or get rid of it.
I think this is a good time for them to not be stingy with their books.
Oh yes, definitely.
So
Well, for now, I will see you. I will go and see if I can find anything in my family's library, at least what's left of it. I do not believe this crypt has anything else in it for us. But
Not down here.
you are all free to walk around as you will. But I will be up at the surface in my old home. So until then,
Don't get me into any trouble.
I'm not leaving the island. Not looking like this. Walks away.
Oh my god.
Elves don't appreciate half elves. All right.
It is true. It is true. All right, so at this point, we can have this as our stopping point. That way, when we come back, you guys can decide on whether we head straight to Sisiege's place or if you want to looking through Crypt.
Okay.
Well, I know what someone's answer is going to be.
I need a nap.
XP.
By the way, your sleight of hand, you were able to take a medallion with the symbol of Alanis'.
Awesome. The first time I tried it.
The symbol is the head of a boar.
Head
So
of a
this
boar.
19 on perception, though.
Hang on. 1 second.
What are you
Well, that was
looking
later.
for, Dravorkin?
I just see
That was
Onara
later.
not leaving that crypt alone. And she's been over there since we've been talking.
All right. Well, you can intimidate her to put it back.
Hang on a second.
Ooh, intimidation roll.
What do I do back?
Do an intimidate as well.
I was
if
thinking
his-
Constitution.
Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah.
20,
I gotta get back up there.
because it would be funny.
Oh no, I'm fucked.
Actually,
Oh!
all right. So you try to intimidate her, but she looks at you,
I just rolled my eyes.
rolls her eyes, and then says something along the lines of, "This could be."
All right. Next time you need a muscle head bodyguard, we'll see who
I never
protects
use you for bodyguard. I used you
Okay.
as a tool.
All right. So that concludes today's session. The only thing you guys have to choose, or at least figure out, is how you divvy up those jewels that you found, those stones.
Yeah.
They are
What was?
right here.
Hey, yo.
Y'all figure those out, put them on your character sheet.
I'm gonna take the.
How many of us are there?
There's 6 of you.
I'm gonna take. There's enough for 2
And
each.
Dvorkin already got that sword out of it.
I'm going to take the other sword that I dropped during the fight.
The cursed one?
Yes.
I wanted to pick
I'm just
up.
gonna keep that
I'm
with
gonna
me.
take the Star Rose Quartz and Moonstone.
What are you gonna take of Alanis's?
The 2 swords that she dropped.
Hmm.
Oh,
The
she dropped
daggers?
swords?
Oh, she dropped
When did that
daggers.
happen?
Or the daggers, yeah.
When she conceded the fight, when she's like, "Here, I'm not trying to
She
fight
gave
you."
up.
Ah.
What about old boy's elf guy's stuff? Did that all disappear?
It did.
Yeah, what
Wow,
happened to
even
the
his
acolyte and stuff that I
weapons?
wanted to get from his?
It all diminished as it became ash. When
That's some
their
spectral bullshit.
yeah, when their
annoying.
souls were taken away, their bodies aged rapidly, as did everything touching their. So there are a pile of ashes in the corners if y'all want those, but
I want the ashes.
Do I want ashes?
the wizards might.
Yeah, the wizard should take the ashes. So
There's enough for 2 pouches.
okay. I'm gonna attempt to claim these since I opened the chest and whatnot and found it, or found the chest. I opened it.
There's no gold in there.
There had been 75 gold on the first time he put it in.
Oh, we had already. So
yeah, you
Anara
had
Anara got
No.
15 of it, and
Oh,
then
gotcha.
the rest of you
And
all
then we
split
split
10.
the other 60.
And Anara, so
Well,
Anara got
split
So
25.
I basically
Yeah,
got 25, but nobody noticed. So
How many did I get then?
you got 10.
you got 10.
Okay, I'll add that in.
Hey, so what kind of swords were they, or you said they're daggers?
They're just daggers, just plain daggers. Nothing special about
I don't
them.
even use that.
But they do have Alanis's family symbol inscribed on the sides of the blade, which is the head of a boar.
So do we level to 4?
Huh?
Do we get
So
to
does
4?
that mean that?
Oh
First
yeah,
level?
you guys will level up to level.
Ew.
Does that mean the cloak that that all the people were wearing is technically her family symbol?
Yes.
Cool.
What you've noticed, the cult of the
Maybe never
Scarlet
mind.
Boar seems to follow in the trail of what Alana set to do.
Gotcha.
And from what you just learned, is Nagex was also part of thousands of.
Gotcha.
We're fighting for the wrong side.
Well, she did say she wants to destroy the world.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Mm.
Okay,
But
so
why does she want to destroy the world?
well, if you find history from thousands and thousands of years ago, you might find out.
So find a library when we get out of the crypt. Got it.
I'm gonna make it my life mission to find this library.
Okay. Well, you are a bird. That sounds about right.
Is
I've
what
been
you
looking for that. I can look for it too. I'll always look for that kind of stuff.
Okay, so if anyone has any other questions or anything, especially with your level up to 4, the only actually I think everyone, so besides what your class normally gets, so look at the chart, but everyone has a choice on either allocating 2 attribute points to their character. So you can add like 1 to dexterity, 1 to constitution, and increase those, or you can add 2 to constitution, any way you want to do it, or you can add a feat to your character.
Oh god.
So you can choose a feat from either Xanthar's
additional
Guide to anything or to everything, or Player's Handbook.
Okay.
But you don't get to do
Cool.
both.
I already know what
Either a feat or stats. Okay.
Either a feat or
Stats.
I'm
stat.
definitely going with
Feats are
that feat.
immensely helpful. Yeah.
I'm
Feet
definitely
or
getting this feat.
How many stats?
It's
Plus
2
2.
attribute
Flame
points.
full
2
legato.
attributes.
So you could put them both in. By the way, I don't think I ever mentioned, but you can't increase a attribute to above 20.
Unless
that.
you have like a specific thing.
Yeah, unless it's
Right.
like a buff. So like let's say you have your strength at 20 already, but when you use a buff or something it gives you extra strength, that's allowed. But unless like somehow you tease the gods and they give you an by leveling up.
Makes sense.
Or any attribute. But yeah, that concludes today's session. So I will see you all next week. We
Alright.
will finish up this crypt or go to the fortress and start the path, depending on what you get.
Nice.
So until then, I will see you all later.
Alright.
Right.
See you.
Bye.
Yup,
It was
y'all
fun.
take it
Thanks.
easy. Yas.
You too.
Good night.
All right, appreciate everyone coming out. Hopefully you had a good old time. And until next week, we will